This episode brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever find yourself playing the budgeting game? Shifting a little money here, a little there, and hoping it all works out? Well, with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive, you can get a better budgeter and potentially lower your insurance bill too. You tell Progressive what you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll help find you options within your budget. Try it today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
This episode is brought to you by Greenlight. Get this. Adults with financial literacy skills have 82% more wealth than those who don't. From swimming lessons to piano classes, us parents invest in so many things to enrich our kids' lives. But are we investing in their future financial success? With Greenlight, you can teach your kids financial literacy skills like earning, saving, and investing. And this investment costs less than that after-school treat. Start prioritizing their financial education and future today with a risk-free trial at greenlight.com/Spotify. Greenlight.com/Spotify.
It's the Bob and Tom Show.
I know you're pretending to be shy, but I see something naughty in your eye. Well, there's no shame in just being who you are. On the dance floor is a perfect place to start. It must be unfurled if you want to show the world. Let your freak, let your freak, let your freak flag fly. Let your freak, let your freak, let your freak flag fly. We're not here to judge ya, we're just here to love ya. Let your freak, let your freak, let your freak flag fly. I see no reason why you can't let your freak flag fly. Run it straight up the pole, gotta show your colors before you get too old. You and Velma, I'm Scooby-Doo. Another round here is too taboo. Rock the mystery van like a water bed. Bring Daphne, Shaggy, but don't tell Fred. Let your freak, let your freak, let your freak flag fly. Let your freak, let your freak, let your freak flag fly. We're not here to judge ya, we're just here to love ya. Let your freak, let your freak, let your freak flag fly. I see no reason why you can't let your freak flag fly. Crack it like a Liberty Bell, smack it with a rebel yell, shake it like a salad toss, stitch it like Betsy Ross. Let your freak, let your freak, let your freak flag fly. Let your freak, let your freak, let your freak flag fly. We're not here to judge ya, we're just here to love ya. Let your freak, let your freak, let your freak flag fly. Let your freak, let your freak, let your freak flag fly. We're not here to judge ya, we're just here to love ya. We're not here to judge ya, we're just here to love ya. Let your freak, let your freak, let your freak flag fly. Let your freak, let your freak, let your freak flag fly. I see no reason why you can't let your freak flag fly.
Oh, you freaks out there
we're talking to you. That's right. It's a freaky day here at the Bob and Tom Show.
So close.
I wasn't necessarily trying to hit anything.
Just trying to talk about around the food in your mouth.
No, why?
Oh, I thought you had food in your
No.
mouth.
Earlier I did, and then I chewed it and swallowed it.
Is that how that works?
It's the Bob and Tom Show live from the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. Obviously live, otherwise...
I would have shut up.
This would have been much cleaner.
There's Christy Lee at the Silac Insurance Company news desk. Pat Godwin across the way. Jeff Oskey over there at the sports desk. Chickster on vacation. I'm Josh Arnold. There's Ace Cosby.
Hey.
And Tom, I'm going to say Let Your Freak Flag Fly is one of the top 5 songs with freak in it.
I agree.
What are the other 4?
Super Freak?
Super Freak, Rick James.
Right.
La Freak.
La Freak?
Love Freak. Freak Out. Remember that one?
Yeah, sure, of course.
Freak on a Leash, Korn.
I'm not aware of that one.
Yeah.
Is that a good one?
Yes, yeah.
Whenever I think of Korn, there was a contest that the station down the hallway did, and first prize was a free Korn tattoo.
Yeah.
The guy that won, and the Korn, they spell it with a K.
Oh, yeah.
That's the kind of rebels they are.
Oh, yeah.
I love that about...
Isn't it backwards, too?
Yeah.
Oftentimes.
Oh, the K is backwards?
Yeah.
Oh, even more significant.
Yeah.
Those guys are really rebels. The winner got a Korn tattoo, a huge one across the back of his neck. So
awesome.
That'll look good in the old folks' home. Hey, honey, you spelled it wrong. You know, I like cream corn. It's good for my dentures.
Well, everybody will be the same age at that point, and they'll go, oh, man, you were cool back in the day. It might help him out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
You don't
nice.
know.
I always see it when I'm putting in your enema straw.
A lot of dead tattoos in the
Yeah.
old folks' home these days.
Right.
That's for sure.
A lot of Doors tattoos.
You think there's a
Yeah.
lot of Doors tattoos?
Well, I think if there are going to be there are many Doors tattoos now as there are going to be Korn tattoos.
See, to me, if the first prize was a Korn tattoo, the second prize should be not getting tattooed at all, and maybe a little cash.
I'm not a tattoo guy either.
But
I always like them on other people.
So that's their song is what? Freaky Korn? I didn't hear that.
Freak on a Leash.
Freak on a Leash. I'm not familiar with that one. I thought we'd shake things up a little bit today by going upside down and starting the show with Today in History.
Oh, my.
Oh.
Now, I'm not prepared to actually have the playing music, so Pat, if you wouldn't mind, could you...
I found something old.
There it is.
Thank you very much. Boy, Pat, it almost sounds like...
I nailed it. Right key and everything.
You definitely got the pomp. I don't know about the circumstance.
Are there words to this song?
I don't know.
I think so.
Oh, really?
Let's all walk down the aisle.
Hold your applause till we're all done. Except you of certain ethnicities obviously aren't going to obey the rules. Okay.
80 degrees.
Obviously aren't going to obey the rules.
Hey, ever go to a graduation?
I have.
Get back to me on that.
But I
okay?
was also one of the wilder people.
Tell me I'm wrong. And again, I'm not in favor of that. I think you should be able to go nuts when whoever walks the aisle. Don't hold your applause.
It's a big deal.
I don't know why they keep doing that. It never works. Just embarrasses people. And like I said, it almost got the Vietnamese guy into a fight with the lady next to me. I'm not kidding. Happy birthday, Jim Thorpe. Anyone, Jim Thorpe?
Is he a runner?
He was indeed.
Very fine athlete at the Olympics. Didn't they take his medals away or something and then give them back? I forget.
I don't.
Yeah, there was some problem with that, but very Gladys Knight.
Oh, she has pips.
Of course, the famous pips. And what did we determine?
She had those removed.
Pips.
Oh, she
pips
did?
were.
What were they?
Isn't that something in office supplies or something?
Pips?
Is it a pip? The holes in a notebook. I forget what it is.
It's a personal improvement plan.
Happy birthday! Oh, the great turning 80 today. Believe it or not, you talk about classic rock. John Fogerty, one of the greats from Creedence, and still out there playing, and still terrific on stage. If you get a chance to see him. Happy birthday to Jake Johnson.
He's a great actor
from Let's Be Cops.
Yeah, New Girl, The New Girl, and Jurassic World. That guy's really Safety Not Guaranteed. That guy's great.
Oh, I love that movie, Safety Not Guaranteed.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of that guy.
Yeah, that's a terrific movie. Stay till the end, by the way. Now, Pat, here's a trivia question for you.
All right.
I want to know the name of the company started by these guys. Okay, ready? 1889, Edouard and Andre Michelin.
Something to do with tires.
They were foodies, of course. By the way, what is the connection there?
I don't
the
know.
stars and the tires? I don't know.
That is crazy.
Do you want to know the honest truth?
Yeah.
Well, they wanted people to use their tires more, so they set up all these locations that people could drive to try this food so that it would get people to drive their cars more, to use their tires more, so that they would have to buy more tires.
Interesting.
Wow, look at that.
It's kind of an odd connection, though. I mean,
Yeah.
would you want to have a Goodyear burger?
Well, they're Michelins.
No, but I'm saying the connection between. Never mind.
I've never eaten at a Michelin star restaurant.
I haven't either.
And isn't the scale something like just 3?
Yeah, I believe. But there's multiple people who have like I believe like Guy Fieri has like 2 or 3 at 2 or 3 different of his restaurants. So you can actually hold like 9 through your 3 different restaurants that are each 3-star.
Gotcha.
Very. No. This is a significant date in history because in 1923, the Attorney General of the United States said it was legal for women to wear pants in public.
1923.
Thanks for nothing.
Yeah, that's when our country started losing its way, Josh.
All right, then we'll get rid of yoga pants.
Wait a second.
Hold it. That means we have to come back with a song. That's one of my favorites of Pat's. Perhaps we'll get to that song coming up in just a few minutes. That sound good, Pat?
Sure.
A little bit of yoga pants. Now, this is, of course, a big day in 1951. Willie Mays connected for his first major league home run.
What year?
1951.
Man.
You know what Willie Mays' middle name is?
Willie.
Ironically, we were talking about it before. Corn.
Corn maze.
Okay.
I had to help you guys out there now.
Hey.
I'm trying to make this first break. I'll just tie right up in a neat bow. Okay. In 1999, in this date, after 22 years of restoration, Da Vinci's The Last Supper was put back on display. 22 years.
Boy, I guess you don't want to mess it up.
But I mean, come
You
on.
take your time.
Hey, I'm taking Tuesday off. Are you kidding? And slow down this process? You're working Tuesday. We gave you Memorial Day off, you loser. We got to get this.
Thought though when they fixed it, they would have put some people on the other side of the table.
Yeah.
Really
Yeah.
rounded it out.
That always bothered me.
Yeah, nobody's eating like that.
You don't get the aesthetic of that? You don't. You
I
can't.
get the aesthetic, but it's saying this is false. This isn't the way it happened. And by the way, what was served?
I
Red
forget.
wine.
It's been a while since I've read the gospel. I don't remember if what they did serve.
Maybe after they served all the wine, the guys kind of buddied up.
Oh, my gosh.
What do you mean?
What is wrong with you?
Don't
They're
ask.
They
apostles.
switched sides of the table. Never mind.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Eating from the other side of the buffet, so to speak.
In 2018, Coca-Cola launched its first alcoholic beverage in Japan. It was called Lemon Dew, a canned lemon cocktail. I don't know how it did, by the way. When Coca-Cola entered the booze business. They have not done that here, am I correct?
I don't believe so.
Okay, well, that's certainly good to know. Speaking of great beverages, the Bob and Tom Show is, of course, sponsored by Java House, the official coffee of the Bob and Tom Show. In fact, Java House providing the official refreshments of the Bob and Tom Show, meaning that Java House also has all kinds of cool stuff like tea. They've got special hydration drinks. They've got that famous hot chocolate, the cocoa, that a certain member of our staff is a big fan of. Java House is all about ease and great taste. Peel and pour. You just take one of these guys. It looks kind of like a Keurig cup. It's just a hair bigger. You don't put it in a machine. You just peel this top off, and you pour it in with whatever kind of heat you want. You want hot coffee. You want hot tea. You want iced tea, whatever it might be. This one in my hand is the Cold Brew Colombian. Their most popular, I have been told. It's, of course, amazingly smooth. It's from Java House, and the way it works is you can go to javahouse.com, use the promo code Bob and Tom. That'll get you 25% off your first order. So see what I'm talking about. Get rid of the clunky machine and make your coffee and your tea with ease in the morning, in the evening, whatever you want. Java House peel and pour pods for coffee, tea, lattes, energy drinks, hydration drinks, and the aforementioned famous Coco. And what is your favorite, Josh?
I like what I'm trying to think of what he wants here.
He wants Coco.
Coco.
Oh, come on. I know that.
Salted caramel's really
okay,
good.
there you can go. Check out all the flavors and all the options by going to javahouse.com. Break up with your brewing machine and get started at javahouse.com. Once again, that code is one big long word, Bob and Tom, to get 25% off your order. That's Java House, Java, javahouse.com. And we saw the Java House car in the Indianapolis 500 over the weekend. Coming up, we have a real odd story about something that happened in the trousers of one of the drivers.
Oh, no kidding. Weird.
Yeah. Why are you giving me an oh, God?
Well, because I had a dream similar probably last night. I'd like to thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah.
I pride myself on it.
Did you wet the bed?
No, this was the other way. I had a high anxiety dream that I had shorted my pants.
Well,
I couldn't get enough toilet paper to clean myself up. Thanks a lot, Tom. I blame you.
Right now there's a guy going finally, and he's running off the road in excitement.
Was it a dream or what
some
did you
guy
wake
just-
up to?
No, it was a dream. But I have to admit, I was a little afraid to wake up.
And let the bidding begin.
You can't buy Christy's panties, but you can buy our new T-shirt. It's going to be available for just a couple more days. This is my favorite of the shirts we've done in ages. Just check it out. Give it a look-see at bobandtom.com. It really is cool. And I just was handing out some yesterday to some friends. Hey, can you get me one of those shirts?
Oh, cool.
They're very nice. We have a lot going on today. We've got in the news. We have swimming. We have sex. We have a sad obituary as opposed to a happy one. We have breakfast cereal news.
Oh, we're all fans, aren't we?
Big fans.
Moose is in the news, and
Pronounce me.
pornography in the Amazon.
Really?
Yes, it's fascinating, involving a huge lawsuit. Apparently, they also not only they're getting the internet and the Amazon, they're also apparently getting attorneys.
Wow.
Well, Mr. Boogaba, we can handle your case.
I don't think
We're
you're
coming right
allowed
back.
to say that.
These are the O'Reilly that's the guy's name. These are the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
My car is making this noise. Sometimes it's like doot doot, and sometimes it's like grrr.
Do you have a dash light on?
Oh yeah.
Then we don't have to listen for clues. With the free Fix Finder service, we can read a check engine, ABS, or maintenance light to find the likely fix and even recommend a local shop if you need one.
So you don't need to hear the grrr.
Not with Fix Finder. Everything you need, nothing you don't.
Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Hey, it's the Bob and Tom Show, live from the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Christy's here, Pat Godwin, Jeff Oskey in this morning. There's Ace, I'm Josh, and there's Tom.
Now, we were talking about high school graduations, college graduations.
Yeah, it's fun time.
Yeah, I just went to one. Congratulations to my daughter, Sally, graduating from high school. But at the graduation, they make a real big deal about, please don't applaud till they've all received their diploma. And that never works.
Never.
And there was a guy in front of me going nuts. I didn't really care, but he almost got into a fist fight with the guy next to me. I'm not kidding. There was a whole weird aspect of this whole thing, apparently involving the TED offensive. I'm not sure what it was.
Yeah, they still may have been upset.
But it was very weird. But I have a question. I think they should just say, hey, look, do whatever you want. If you want to applaud, that's great. What about booing?
Booing? Why would you boo?
I'm just asking.
Well,
last in his class. Boo!
That kid was a dick all year.
I'm just saying, it's the graduation season.
Yeah.
Lots of speeches.
I had to go to the bank and take out a loan to pay for gifts.
Series of gifts. Okay. Have you ever done a graduation speech?
No. Thankfully. I know you have.
Yeah. It's a tough crowd.
Yeah.
Because you've got the students that all they want to do is get out of there.
Right.
Their parents. Mm-hmm. Their parents, and then little kids. I remember the one that I did, the first thing I heard was a screaming baby. Thanks for getting the sitter, honey. Not too distracting.
Ooh.
Now, my niece graduated this past weekend. Congratulations, Delaney. The graduation, 9:30 in the morning on a Saturday on the football field.
Really? What?
They're like, we want to get it done and be on with our days. I was like, that is awesome.
That is.
No, I don't like it.
My son's is 3 o'clock this Saturday, and I have to stay sober until 3 o'clock.
And it's indoors, probably, right?
It's indoors.
Stuffy.
Exactly.
My high school, the high school the girls graduated from, they were an indoor gym graduation till COVID. And then they moved it to the football field, and now they've done it there ever since because it was so much better.
Yeah.
So much better.
Really?
Yes. You have a lot more space. Everybody's crammed in. And
You got to set up the chairs.
It was great. No, you sit in the bleachers.
Yeah, that's what we do. I mean,
Right.
we have to
You
set up the
sit in the
chairs for
bleachers.
the graduates.
The kids sit in the bleachers
No,
too?
we sit in the bleachers, and the kids sit in chairs on the floor. They have set up chairs on the floor at the
What
gym.
if it rains?
Well, you would take an umbrella, Tom.
Yeah, we did the football field. Ours went in the evening.
Oh, ours was in the middle of the day.
6 or 7 or something.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I like the 9:30 a.m. That's
I know.
That's
I've
too
never
early on a Saturday.
That's what
I teach the kids about day drinking. Let's be realistic here. Time to check out the mailbag, but first I'll mention once again our pop-up shop. We have this really cool T-shirt out there. I rarely mention the fact that we occasionally throw T-shirts and stuff around, but I'm mentioning it now because I really like this one. If you get a chance, you can see it at bobandtom.com. You have a couple of options, I guess. There's a long sleeve and a short sleeve.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I like that black one.
That's a short sleeve.
That is the short sleeve. Mm-hmm. This is a letter from a guy referencing a story we had a couple of weeks ago. This is from a fireman, firefighter.
Yep.
Brave men and women out there doing that. We always appreciate their hard work, saving lives all the time. And I'm not kidding. We had a story about this guy going up, and there was the only thing that survived the fire was a Billy Bass.
Oh yeah,
remember this?
Yeah, absolutely.
And it still worked. Mm-hmm. It was all over the internet. There's a picture of the Billy Bass. Billy Bass is the famous plastic fish that sings.
Take me to the river.
Yeah, I have the plastic one in my office. I should dig it up. I probably needs a new battery, but I'm a big fan. I think it'd be great if you went to like a really classy place like the Museum of Modern Art, and there's Guernica, and then you walk in the next room, there's Billy Bass. And you take a little bit of the piss out of the place. This is from Ben, and he was doing the firefighting thing. Late one night, we got called to a house fire. We got there, put the fire out. We were sweeping the house to make sure the fire was out. Myself and a few other firefighters went into the attic. When I stepped into the attic, I heard a demonic voice go, "Hey, don't tickle me." Oh. There was a half-burnt Tickle Me Elmo. It scared the crap out of me.
It had to have, yes.
Thanks for making my morning. He says, oh, this is nice. He says, I've written a haiku. Did you know the haiku rules, Josh?
I forget them.
Isn't it 757 or 575? What is it?
I never really cared about haikus. Yeah, I always forgot the rules.
Yes, and.
It's 575.
If I don't know, I don't know.
Fake it.
Yes, and kiss my ass.
Kiss my ass. Wait a minute. Yes, and kiss my ass. That's not enough syllables, Josh. Now, would you please?
I wouldn't know. He doesn't know the rules. He doesn't know the rules, poor guy.
He goes, this is the haiku. This may or may not be within the the designated structure. I don't know. The Bob and Tom Show, delivering laughs all day. Tell Josh I said hi.
Hi.
That's the haiku. Isn't that sweet?
You're
it's all about
nice.
you, and you pissed all over it.
I didn't piss all over it. I didn't know. I don't remember
It's 575.
the rhythm. Did you? No, you had to ask me.
I hope you're happy.
I hope you're happy.
Ben, I'm so sorry.
I haven't been happy for 8 years.
Here you are, a brave man.
1 on 9.
A brave man out fighting fires, and Josh craps all over your day.
Not at all what
Thanks
happened.
for the letter.
Not at
Okay,
all.
Christy,
This
you've
is
got
from
something?
Mike in Salem, Ohio. Good morning. It's fantastic listening to Tom say fish sticks. It's like just the words themselves have boogers on them.
Well, I've always assumed what you're trying to do is because he goes fish
Sticks.
You're trying not to say fish dicks.
Yes.
Because if you just say, "Hey, I had some fish sticks last night," oh boy, I bet you had to have a lot of them.
I know that a lot of the things that I say are irrational, and the way that I act doesn't make any sense. But I don't know why. I don't care for fish sticks, but I love it. Every once in a while, you go to a restaurant and you get the fish and chips, and they're great. And that's essentially what fish sticks are.
Exactly.
Yeah, but for a while there was only a Band-Aid's worth of meat
They
in
were
the
all
fish stick.
breading, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the
was all
breading's
minced.
what's good.
It was
Yeah.
all minced.
Minced fish.
Is there a good fish stick out there that isn't, as Ace says, all minced up?
No, yes.
I like the Gordons. I don't know about you
I'll have to
guys.
try them, maybe.
You aren't going to. There's no way Kelly will let you have fish sticks in your
Now you can still get the bad
she's
ones.
not the boss of me.
Yes, she is.
Okay, maybe she is. All right. Here's a nice letter. If you're just joining us, by the way, thanks so much for being here, and we're here too. We are here specifically in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios, and this is the Bob and Tom program. We're reading some mail here. This is from Brad, longtime listener, first time emailer. First of all, he says no sign of Bigfoot here in Monroe, Michigan. Josh,
Yet.
Okay, it's a coming. He goes, I want to tell you guys, I had to switch you off yesterday. I was riding home from my vasectomy, laughing so hard, started to hurt down there.
Oh, no.
Ooh. Well, good luck with that. I recommend, what is it they say, frozen peas?
Or corn or whatever.
Well, you can cook them if you're going to eat them. I mean,
No, frozen peas on
your
the
bag.
sack.
A bag on your bag.
The post-vasectomy surgery.
Oh, I see.
The bag of peas is
was
malleable. You can wrap it around.
I got you. I thought it was like the chicken soup of vasectomies. You get one and then you eat a bunch of frozen peas.
This is from Tammy. She writes, I was driving home from work the other night on a dark 2-lane highway. Oh, this sounds like the beginning of a Stephen King story. It was late at night. I was driving down a highway, 2 lanes. I rounded the corner. Suddenly, on the final rise, walking down the middle of the lane, a large black bear.
Ooh.
Yikes.
The only reason I saw him in time, writes Tammy, he raised his tail and I saw his beehole. It gave me a few precious seconds to stop. Then she goes, yes, a bear anus saved my life.
Oh, boy.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
She almost literally drove up a bear's ass.
We have more bears coming up in the news today. A bear that actually falls through the ceiling of a house.
Oh, yesterday we discussed a story. A gentleman was using a particular song in the bedroom.
Yeah.
But the song was called like Sea Hunt or something. What was it called?
It was called
CPAP or
It was not CPAP.
It was something a little weird, though.
Sea Hare.
I have it right here.
Sea bait?
It was Sea Bat.
Sea bat.
Sea Bat.
Hudson Mohawk's Sea Bat.
And the essence of the story was his girlfriend
Hated it.
hadn't said anything for 2 years, and finally they broke up because she hated it so much.
Right.
We had played a little bit of the song. I would have broken up immediately.
Yeah.
It's abysmal. It's kind of a EDM type thing, but it just doesn't work. At least the portion we listen to is just not, it's certainly not sexy at all. Well, Anthony writes in, he says, while in my younger years, in the 2000s, my girlfriend and I were starting to strum our filthies.
Oh.
I've never heard that phrase before.
Look at that.
Strum our filthies.
Not especially romantic.
When he had a mix CD playing, and in the middle of the throes of passion, Cotton Eye Joe came on. It hadn't been for Cotton Eye Joe, I'd been married a long time ago.
Throw you off your game.
That's wildly inappropriate.
He says he began to follow the beat, and after a short while, she looked at him and said, "Are you doing this on purpose? What's going on?"
I would have laughed out loud.
Yeah, she made it stop. So she did the right thing by saying something immediately.
Wow, that is rough. Here's a little taste of that song that the guy said his girlfriend hated. I guess I'm just.
Well, it starts out
No,
weird.
you're not
and I
alone
think
here.
it-
This is bad.
Okay, here it is.
I want to know which beat he's stroking on. It's like there's
because
not
it-
an
well, it
obvious.
See, it changes here.
It's sort of like deliberately awful.
He stops it before it changes. It does change into a different rhythm, if you will.
It's painfully bad.
It is. You're
So,
correct.
sorry, Seabat, not my thing. Now we are going to do one quick dream here because this is really we've been talking about unusual dreams that maybe you call them an anxiety dream. This comes to us from Mark. Works overnights. He's in Kentucky. He says, "I dreamt that I worked for your show.
Oh.
I was a behind-the-scenes guy. I came to work. The show was hosting a contest for fans. I didn't know what was happening or what I was supposed to do. I saw another staff person and asked her, how long will this be going on? She said, check your email. I didn't have the email. That's when I woke up. I do have one question for Tom. Are you going to mail me my paycheck, or do I have to travel there to get it? Okay, good. I hope no one has anxiety dreams about this place. Anybody?
Yeah.
all the time.
I used to before I was on it. Yeah. It was always I was going to be a guest, and something would go awry.
I have anxiety about this place, but it has no dream involved.
That's usually after I wake up.
Yeah.
The dreams are dead.
Driving here.
Yeah. So much.
I see.
I'll go dig a ditch.
Okay. Now, Pat, when we come back, what song are you going to play?
The song you asked for, Tom, Yoga Pants.
Yoga Pants.
Yoga
Oh,
Pants.
yeah.
Big fan.
I like at the end when it turns out to be a guy.
Is that the way it's going to be today?
Confrontation.
We're celebrating the, what is it, the 102nd year that women are legally allowed to wear pants in public in the
1923,
United
that's
States
right.
of America. Hard to believe. It's been 100 years. Can you imagine if they, instead of having Depends panties, they had to be skirts? Just to give that some thought.
That wouldn't work,
The
Tom.
bend would be the same.
It would.
It'd be very ineffective, I think. Just to give that some thought and get back to it.
All right.
Right now, the Bob and Tom Show brought to you by BetterHelp. BetterHelp is all about the importance of getting rid of the stigma, first off. May Mental Health Awareness Month, and that's a very big thing. And the late Jim Irsay talked about that a lot. He was very open about his struggles. And we'd like to remind you that there's nothing wrong with working on yourself a little bit with counseling and therapy. And BetterHelp is all about accessing therapy in a much simpler manner, in a private way. You can do the therapy wherever you want to be because the therapy is done online. Right now, the latest number I saw, 35,000 qualified and licensed therapists are now working in the BetterHelp program with millions, quite literally millions, of clients. So find out all the details by going to betterhelp.com/BT show. And then, like I said, the therapy is done online. So you can do it wherever you want to be. A lot more convenient. You can do it like a Zoom call with a camera going, or you can do it just like a phone call, or you can even do it texting back and forth. It's the largest online therapy provider in the world. The BetterHelp folks would like to hook up with you. Once again, get the details at betterhelp.com/BT show. That /BT show thing will get you 10% off your first month. So get the details. BetterHelp, HELP, betterhelp.com/BT show. Now, coming up, we have a little bit of yoga pants. We have an update on the guy that swam around Martha's Vineyard in honor of the movie Jaws, which is kind of a thing, and which kind of a weird thing. But we also found out there's a little catch to what they did to keep this guy from getting eaten by a shark that I think is kind of cheating. But we'll let you know about that when we return. We are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts studios, and this is the Bob and Tom Show.
This is the Bob and Tom Show. Reach us toll free at 1-888-BOB-TOM-1 or at bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Finding a new job is stressful. But with Indeed, it doesn't have to be. Just fill out your Indeed profile with your skills, experience, and desired salary. The more you fill out, the better your matches will be. And hearing from hiring managers will be 2 times more likely. Relax. That's your Indeed profile sending opportunities your way. Indeed, the world can work better.
The Midwest.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. We're live from the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. Christy, Pat, Jeff Oskey, Ace. I'm Josh. There's Tom. All here having a great morning. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much, Josh. Let's go across the way there, Mr. Godwin. We had a request because we are celebrating today the legalization of pants for women.
I had no idea that was a law.
Yeah,
Women couldn't wear pants.
Now, we should clarify they had to wear dresses.
Right.
They weren't running around
No, they had those long skirts.
Porky Pig in it. Yeah, they did have coverings. But, the pants were made legal to wear by women on this date in 1923.
Oof.
And Pat has a tribute to pants in a slightly different way of contemporary pant fashion. I'm a big fan.
Full album version, and there's a little surprise at the end, unless you were listening to the break where Josh ruined it for everybody.
Oh, That was a spoiler?
And I'm just kidding. I love a lady in a cocktail dress, but it's not my favorite, I confess. You know, it makes me think of romance. A pretty woman in yoga pants. Woo! I'm behind a gal in yoga class. Can't take my eyes off her shapely ass. I should move, no namaste. Those yoga pants sure making my day. I'm out of shape, she is not. I'm soaking wet, she's smoking hot. My yoga pants sag in the back. In a downward dog, you can see my crack. I try to focus while she touches her toes. I can't concentrate on my own pose. I don't have a ghost of a chance of getting in her yoga pants. Yoga pants are tight and bold, and they mold every fold by a pair where activewear is sold. Those pants were made for yoga practice, but worn all day they do distract us. Your kundalini flow shows off your camel toe when you wear them to the grocery store. They rock me to my core. I wish I was your man. Yoga pants, I'm your biggest fan. Look at the girl with the long blonde hair and her beautiful derriere. She turns around, caught me sneaking a glance. Damn, that's a dude in your yoga pants. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Oh, I just love those yoga pants. I really love those yoga pants. Even Elvis really loves those yoga pants. Ah, woo!
Oh, yeah. Pat Godwin, little tribute to yoga pants.
What album is that on?
Hotel Pool, the new one.
Ah, nice. You can still get that, right? Anywhere you
We are all out of digital copies.
Nice.
That'd be something.
Sold out.
And we were talking about graduation.
Mm-hmm.
And my contention that it's okay to applaud for each kid when they come out, because they all do it now. Please hold your applause to the end. It never works. Why not just acquiesce to the obvious? I would like to make a point. If I were to do another graduation speech, I would make this point. One of the things you as graduates need to learn to do, you're getting a lot of nice presents. Thank you notes, please. They seem to be few and far between. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's kind of on the parents a little bit to say, hey, make sure you write your thank you notes. I'm going to sit here. You're going to write those thank you notes.
Yeah.
My daughter graduated in 2020 from high school, and when I moved, I found a box of thank you notes. They were written and they were addressed, but never mailed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoops.
That's on you.
That's not on me. It's on her. She's a grown-ass woman.
She told me you said, I will stamp and mail those.
No, I didn't.
I'm just saying. 2020 was a weird year.
Yeah, I know. Bless her
Yeah,
heart.
that really was.
She does get a pass.
Yes, and there's a whole generation that got ripped off twice.
For
She
sure.
did.
They got ripped off with high school and then college graduation. No, that's no good.
Well, I had one graduating high school, one graduating college, and yeah, they both got that same year. They both got ripped off.
Yeah, and proms and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And in some cases, I guess, because this is the 5-year anniversary, right?
Mm-hmm.
Am I getting that right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And so I guess some of the 5-year reunions, in some cases, they're actually capping and gowning it and
Oh, that's cool.
Good for them.
doing the
deserve
walk.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
That was rough going to school like that. I remember Jimmy going, that was really a tough time.
Yeah.
Now it just sucked.
I wish they had done their prom because that was the big one for them. I mean, she just bought her prom dress the week before the country shut down.
Right.
And
Turns out they probably could have. But hey, what are you going to do?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, haven't seen the latest from the CDC saying probably fine? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, hang on a second. I just got to eyeball Josh. Okay, good. I'm just trying to get your casket size figured out.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Now, do you remember the?
I have a better chance of being stomped on by a woolly mammoth than dying of COVID.
Are we rolling tape? Okay, good. I want to play that at the wake. Now, Christy Lee, do you know who was very controversial? Because we're talking about the anniversary of pants.
Mm-hmm.
102 years ago, pants were made legal for women in America. And it sounds completely ridiculous, but it's true.
Isn't it because a lot of them started working in factories and it was safer in pants than
during the war?
Yeah.
Well, 23 there wasn't really a war going on. But, I mean, eventually, obviously, that became an issue. But with respect to television, the big pants breakthrough was...
Lucille Ball?
Nope.
In the movies with
Mary Tyler Moore?
Mary Tyler Moore.
Yeah.
On the great Dick Van Dyke Show.
Those cute little capri pants?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was a big deal.
And in the movies, it was Katharine Hepburn.
I was going to say Katharine Hepburn.
Yeah, she was famous for those sort of...
I like pants.
Yeah.
It's a good book. Her biography is really good.
Oh, thank you very much. Now, it's time to grab a little bit of sporting news. Mr. Oskar, are you going to handle that today?
Sure. The Pacers, they won 130 to 121. Tyrese Halliburton had 32 points, 15 assists, 12 rebounds without a turnover in a sensational postseason performance to lead the Indiana Pacers past the New York Knicks on Tuesday night for a 3-1 lead in the Eastern Conference Finals. The Pacers have not lost consecutive games since March 10th. Halliburton carried the Pacers to within a victory of their second trip to the NBA Finals.
Did they have their backs against the wall in this game? They tend to perform well when they
do. Game 5 is Thursday in New York.
There was a pretty tough battle there for a while. The Kate came out in the second half, and they kind of...
Were they down most of the game?
No, they were... I just watched the first half, and it was back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
Same with me.
You got to be careful, though, because Saturday, if you went to bed when they were ahead by 20, when you woke up, they lost.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
So you got to be careful.
I went to bed.
Can't go to bed early.
Speaking of the Pacers, a man is facing charges for allegedly stabbing two New York Knicks fans at a brewery in Indiana.
Ooh.
Man.
WXIN reports the incident happened May 23rd, the night of Game 2 between the Pacers and the Knicks. Police say a verbal fight at the bar turned violent. One man was stabbed in the back. Another was cut on the leg. Court documents named 24-year-old Jarrett Funky as the suspect. He's charged with battery with a deadly weapon causing serious injury and criminal recklessness. The victim told police Funky smacked a Knicks hat off one of them. From what I read, he was then kicked out of the bar. The guys went outside to smoke, and then he came back and stabbed both of them.
Oh.
Outside while they were having a cigarette.
Yeah.
Guy's a
Smoking's
lunatic.
dangerous.
Yeah, and I don't
you
think
just proved
I
it.
don't
Yeah.
think the Pacers had come back yet.
Hey, you know what, guys? Turns out the game kind of went my way.
My bad.
Sorry about the stabbing.
Here's the knife. Stab me one.
I thought you were Timothy Chalamet, but yeah, that's pretty awful. So,
And
calm down a little bit.
Yes, please. Enjoy your sports without knives.
Yeah.
Christy, you had your little dream. Rain delayed the start of the Indy 500 on Sunday, and the rain left Connor Daly stuck on the grid with a full bladder.
Ooh.
The 8th place finisher revealed later that he ended up peeing in his fire suit while
I
in
have the
car
audio.
before the race even began.
Have the audio.
Yeah, this is not the audio of the actual
What is
urination.
this, penis mic?
They're miking everywhere now.
I'll tell you, Fox's coverage is pretty amazing. Auto award. Let's go to the dick mic. Okay. No. This was at there's a famous banquet after the Indianapolis 500, and Connor Daly's a great guy, a friend of the show. We've known his dad for years.
And they're no strangers to pissing their pants.
No.
Well, I mean,
Well, it says here, never in my life have I ever urinated in my car until Sunday. I was sitting there thinking, this is the best car I've ever had, and I'm going to have to pee
They're
in it.
Irish, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's Peter's.
Yeah, we do that.
He said, I literally did the entire race sitting in my own pee.
The entire race.
see what happened is there was a delay, so the drivers are not allowed to get out of the cars.
Right.
Yeah, but that's like half the snake pit. Like they're watching in their own pee.
Well, here's
It's not
Connor.
that big of a deal.
In Connor's words, here it is.
I legitimately urinated in my race car before the race even started.
Before the race?
Before the race even started. People asked me, like, when did you do it? I was like, we didn't even start. We sat in there for 30 minutes.
Was it because you had to go, or was it excitement?
No, I had to go really bad. It was, I don't know if it's the diabetes or I'm just getting older, but Elio should know he's like halfway to 100. I don't know if that happens to him.
He's implying that Elio Castroneves, being an older gentleman,
Can't hold his urine.
Yeah.
Has to
He is
be
about
long.
halfway to 100.
Yeah.
yeah. But we'll get more information about that important aspect of sports coming up. We are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts studios. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Thanks for listening. Portions of the show brought to you by Champion Windows. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
This episode is brought to you by MeUndies. Underwear drawers are like the Wild West. You never know what you're going to pull out or what shape it's in. So upgrade your collection with the buttery soft comfort of MeUndies. MeUndies' signature fabric is as soft as a warm hug from your favorite sweater. Plus, it's breathable and oh so comfy, making it ideal for all-day wear. Get 20% off your first order, plus free shipping at MeUndies.com/Spotify with code Spotify. That's MeUndies.com/Spotify. Code Spotify.
Center.
Hey, it's the Bob and Tom Show, live from the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. Christy Lee is sitting at the Silac Insurance Company news desk.
Thank you.
There's Pat Godwin.
Hello, Josh.
Jess Hooker has joined us.
Hello.
As has Jeff Oskey at the sports desk while Chick's on vacay. There's Ace Cosby. Hey. I'm Josh Arnold. And there's Tom. And Tom, I was shocked to hear you telling us about how you've been reading Dianetics and you want us all to convert to Scientology.
Of course. Oh, wait a minute. No, I thought it was a diet book, and then
it does sound like a diet book.
Okay.
Sure does.
We have an interesting story out of the world of sports. A friend of the show, race car driver Connor Daly, who was leading some laps there for a while.
He was.
Very excited.
Good.
It was exciting.
He made an announcement at the banquet. They interview the drivers and talk about what happened, and he mentioned that in the pre-race portion of the thing where they were just sitting in their cars,
There was spit and rain a little bit.
yeah, so they were it got delayed a little bit. Here's what he had to say.
I legitimately urinated in my race car before the race even started. Before the race even started. People asked me, like, when did you do it? I was like, we didn't even start. We sat in there for 30 minutes.
Was it because you had to go, or was it excitement?
No, I had to go really bad. It was, I don't know if it's the diabetes or I'm just getting older, but Elio should know he's like halfway to 100. I don't know if that happens to him a lot. But
Elio?
Man.
He's pointing at Elio Castroneves, the four-time winner of the race, is a man of a certain age, approaching 50 or...
he sounds like he could be a country singer, doesn't he?
He does. I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
Who, Elio?
No, Connor.
Oh, Connor. Okay,
Yeah.
That makes much more sense. Because Elio
is 50.
Yeah, and he's also a country. The country's Brazil.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And now in Portuguese, a little bit of I have friends in low place.
Well, I almost peed my pants at the race. If you were there, it was a sellout, and the bathroom lines were the longest I've ever seen them.
Oh.
Yeah, it was. They were so full.
Now, they say, this is an odd stat. I don't know if you heard this. 1 in every 1,000 people living in America attended the Indianapolis 500.
That's so wild.
That means approximately 350,000 plus people were there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they were definitely there.
They were.
Then you can always make the argument, well, that means that 999 of 1,000 weren't there, Tom. Hey, go to hell, okay?
There's not enough of that in debate shows.
You mean arguing with yourself?
No. Just somebody going, hey, why don't you go to hell?
I was just talking to myself.
Right.
But, yeah, Connor's a great guy. But I don't know how – we'll put it this way. What if he had won? Because he's wearing a fire suit. So presumably it's visible, I would think.
Oh, I don't think so. I don't think
Really?
you'd see it. Mm-mm.
You don't you have a fire suit?
Yeah, I have a fire suit.
Why don't you bring it in and pee in it, and we'll see if it's visible. Anybody on board for that?
It's
I
red.
promise you
I
there
don't
are.
know.
Yeah.
There's lots of layers, right? Like there has to be an absorbent layer in
The one
there
we have is
somewhere.
red. I don't know if you'd see. Well, you might see it. I don't know.
Well, still, it would be very. I guess you wouldn't care. Here's my guess: what you do if you were to get out of, you'd immediately get the milk and kind of spill it
Yeah.
on your crotch. Because they say that Ozzy Osbourne used to dump the bucket on his head because he'd peed his pants.
Yeah.
So whether or not that's true,
Lovely.
that's certainly a
Who's
class.
to say?
But next time you see Connor whizzing down the backstretch, you'll know he was whizzing down the.
Poor
backstretch.
Connor. Now it's all he's going to be known for in your mind.
He brought it up.
If I worked for the Depends people, and God knows I should.
Depend. Yeah, I know. I noticed that the other day, too. That on the commercials, they really make a point to say depend.
Because we've been saying depends forever.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and
But
I
it's
knew that.
wrong.
I knew that when I wrote this joke, and I thought, you know something, I'm going with depends.
Because we all say
we all say
that's
depends.
the way it goes.
Yeah.
So I'll try to restructure the joke now. If I were working for the Depend people.
There you go.
It doesn't sound the same.
No, it's not funny.
Yeah,
I rewrote it. I thought, but wouldn't that be, I mean, seriously, if you were working for them, wouldn't you go, hey, next year, Connor Daly's car, you pitch him a little bit of money, and they put the Depend thing on the side of the car.
Would he have to wear it?
Whatever. These race car drivers need sponsors, and it would be a great story. He's already told the story.
Yeah.
And it would be, you'd get a ton of publicity. And how cool would it be to go, hey, you want to go up to the Depend suite with me? I hear they're giving out free samples.
How many people at an event like that, 350,000 people, huge bathroom lines, do you think are wearing an undergarment for peeing?
There might be some.
You think 1 in every 500?
Well, remember that story
I think
we had?
a lot more get arrested or a citation for indecent exposure.
Well, that's what I was going to say. I'm just proud they're actually waiting in line now. Back when I was growing up, you just peed wherever at the 500. There weren't no lines.
You open the
you open the car door
and the other door, and then you have your own little makeshift. Yeah,
but you can't park in the infield anymore. It's hard.
I
to
peed
do
in
that.
public yesterday.
You did?
What?
Yeah.
At a pond.
I was driving around looking at ponds.
Yeah.
And I had to pee real bad, and I just pulled off the side of, like, it was a kind of a busy, it was near a Walmart, and I just got out and I found a tree and I peed, and I was like, I could be arrested for this.
Yeah.
It was a real thrill.
Like in a parking lot?
Well, especially with all those traffic cams out there now. You don't want to get...
Maybe I spoke too soon.
Yeah, you may be getting a little citation for going too fast. Yeah, so anyway, I think someone needs to contact the Depend people and get them on board for this. I think seriously.
I'm. Are any drivers wearing them proactively?
Maybe.
Hey, there's a good chance I'm going to have to pee.
It would be a smart idea, wouldn't it?
I don't know if they'd admit it. Would they?
I don't think there's any shame in it.
No.
Hey, this is part of the sport.
Remember we had a story, I think it was some SEC championship game or something, and these three guys,
yes,
they went on their porch and they drank beer all day to test they wore adult diapers because they didn't want to have to get up during the game to miss anything.
That's when you got on the kick of trying to make us do it here in the morning.
Yeah, that's right.
It was a rough week.
We were all gonna wear adult diapers on the show and spend the whole morning.
Yeah.
We even bought the diapers.
We still have. Yeah, I was going to say I just rearranged closets, and we have like a big plastic wrap that I was going to put on the floor in case there was. It was all the stuff.
And he wanted to weigh each diaper with a fishing scale.
Yeah, and then somebody went legal on me, and the next thing you know,
it's terrible.
Well, we got numerous emails going, don't do that.
Yeah, we all put the kibosh on it.
Well,
I think we
we
the
said
email.
that we're not doing it.
we were gonna limit it to number one. I mean, let's be honest.
Still.
So generous of you.
Because that'd be rough.
No race
What is
driver
it
is
gonna-
wearing a diaper.
I can't have any funny remarks here. I gotta focus.
You guys don't do that during the show, do you?
Do what?
Go and do anything other than a number one.
Oh, I've had to.
Very
people do. Trust
very
me.
rare.
It is rare, but we've had to.
Oh my gosh!
Did you see?
Mostly it's the behind the scenes.
Ace, wasn't it? Was it Shaq that just did it on?
Oh yeah, he took off. Yeah.
In the middle of a broadcast.
He was doing some kind of cleanse with olive oil, and he was like, "I can't wait till the commercial," and he took off.
Yeah.
You gotta love that. You gotta love the guy for going, hey, look, I mean, like he cares about anything at this point.
Yeah,
Right.
He's got.
Right.
I'll be getting on my private jet while they mock me. So have fun.
Can he fit in the standard?
I bet it's tough.
Oh, I bet it is tough.
Oh,
Yeah, I've stood next to Shaq, and it's unbelievable.
There's no way he's going on an airplane, like a commercial flight.
No way.
I mean, he literally
would not be able to fit.
So big.
And do they make the Depend product in his size? Like a
Yes, because we got some that were
remember?
massive.
Yeah, they were huge. Yeah, it was kind of crazy how
Yeah,
big
that
they
has
were.
4 S's on the end of that. Depends.
well, so we'll look forward to seeing if the Depend people step up and put their name on a car. I think that'd be a great idea.
It's got to be expensive though.
But it would get so much publicity because it's a funny side story. It's not
Yes.
it's not just another brand of oil.
Yeah.
or something that people aren't going to understand.
But they kind of have the market cornered, right?
I was going to say, they sort of sell themselves.
Yeah.
Like,
That's not something that you seek out.
No, but it would make it a little.
It
It would make it a little bit hipper.
have you guys? I mean, the latest commercials they're talking about not so much a diaper, but like a pad.
Yeah.
And there's a guy on a golf course, and he's swinging, and they're like, "Hey, you can avoid that water trap, but you don't need to be wet yourself," or something like that.
Okay.
And it's a guy like my age or whatever. So they are they're working on some kind of new campaign.
And there's this is really funny until you need them, and then it becomes really unfunny. It's like hemorrhoid cream. I've never needed it, but I imagine that there's nothing funny about roids when you've got them.
Oh.
So
yeah.
Maybe that'll be the preparation age car. I guess they'd probably put that on the midgets. This used
and he
to be,
means the small cars.
Yeah, that's what they're called.
I know.
No, I don't mean that small people are. How do you get so small? He rubbed himself. He used
Preparation
age of suntan lotion. Now he's on the yellow brick road. I don't know. Right now, this portion of the Bob and Tom Show is brought to you by the Silac Insurance Company. Now, down the road, it'll be time to retire. And when it is, it would sure be nice to know that you're getting a paycheck still and that it's going to come no matter what and that you can't outlive that paycheck. Well, that's what annuities are all about. Annuities are also designed to counter market volatility. What does that mean? Well, if you've been following the market at all lately, the bonds, the stocks, they're up, they're down, they're down, they're down, they're up. Who knows? Annuities are going to get rid of that concern on your part. And you'll have a reliable income. So don't stress about retirement. It's something to think about now so that you can, every day you're going to feel good knowing that down the road you're going to be okay. So find out all the details, see what restrictions might apply, and get the details from the Silac folks, the experts on annuities. SilacINS.com is where you'll find them. And it's SILAC, SilacINS.com. Another easy way to get information is just to grab your phone and call pound 250. So you hit that hashtag/pound mark, pound 250, and then say these words, lifetime income. That's lifetime income. Pound 250 and say lifetime income just to get information. Or go to bobandtom.com where you'll see a little link to get an annuity from the Silac Insurance Company. We like to say plan on it, live on it. Coming up, we have more sporting news. We have some sad news from the world of rock and roll. One of my favorites has died. We'll tell you about that coming up. Also, we have news about breakfast cereal and mousse.
Not together.
Not in the same store.
No.
Would you eat Moose Flakes? I would. It's new from Kellogg's, Moose Flakes with Bullwinkle as the spokespeople. Well, I immediately get it.
They have Moose Tracks ice cream.
Oh, yeah. I love that.
That's good.
Very tasty. We are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts studios. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. I don't know if you knew this, but anyone can get the same premium wireless for $15 a month plan that I've been enjoying. It's not just for celebrities. So do like I did and have one of your assistants switch you to Mint Mobile today. I'm told it's super easy to do at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
Hey, thanks for joining us here at the Bob and Tom Show. It's the O'Reilly Auto Parts studio that we're live in.
Thank you, Yoda.
my syntax could use a little work.
Sentence is coming.
There's Christy Lee,
Hi.
sipping from her Java House.
Yeah. Some tea.
Amazingly smooth
Black
Java House. There's Pat Godwin.
Hello.
Jess Hooker's over there.
Hi.
Jeff Oskey's sitting in for a while because the Chicksters. Boy, where is he? Is
Living life.
Aruba.
Is Aruba part of the Caribbean or is it
Down by Venezuela, right?
down near the archipelago? There's
Yeah, it's one of the famous archipelago islands.
there's Ace Cosby. I'm Josh Arnold. There's Tom.
You've been to Aruba, right, Pat?
Oh, yeah, it's beautiful.
I've been to Aruba.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Right?
What goes on there?
Craziness. Just beautiful beaches.
It's the Caribbean. You
Yeah,
have
I
a
mean,
beach. You have a
All-inclusive
casino.
places.
Yeah.
Casinos, yeah.
Pat, are you an ocean swimmer?
Yeah, I love the ocean.
Yeah.
Only in the I spoiled the Caribbean. I will swim nowhere else but the
Oh,
Caribbean.
really?
And maybe a little bit of Sarasota.
All right.
Because it is beautiful there, too.
Now, interesting enough, your son will not swim there, but he will swim in the pool adjacent to the ocean.
My son hates the ocean, and that's no joke. He doesn't like the sand. In the beginning, he was just going through the motions. I thought he liked it, But no, he hates it.
Well,
I mean, the ocean is kind of a pain.
It's scary.
But it's also awesome.
I love it.
Well, we have an interesting. We'll switch gears here. We have an interesting news story involving Martha's Vineyard and the 50th anniversary of the movie Jaws.
An endurance swimmer has completed the first ever circumnavigation around Martha's Vineyard. Lewis Pugh became the first person to swim a 60-mile trek around the island over multiple days. The 55-year-old undertook the challenge to raise awareness about the plight of sharks ahead of the 50th anniversary of Jaws, which was filmed in Edgartown and called Amity Island.
Amity Island,
yeah.
In the movie.
What did I say?
You said Amity.
Amity.
No. You were fine.
You were great.
In total, Mr. Pugh swam for about 24 hours over 12 days. He began swimming multiple hours a day in the 47-degree water on May 15th.
You got to slow down. 47-degree water.
That's cold.
I also heard that plain and clear.
Oh, I'm sure you said it. I just want you to get a little emphasis on
the same day of the New England Aquarium's first confirmed sighting of a white shark off the nearby coast of Nantucket.
Wow. I mean, that's the problem. Great whites like that colder water.
Yeah.
As a precaution, Mr. Pugh was accompanied on his swim by safety personnel in a boat and a kayak, whose paddler is using a shark shield device to create a low-intensity electric field in the water to deter sharks from harming them.
Oh, well, that's a smart idea.
That's...
It defeats the whole purpose.
Yes, the whole point of this thing is sharks aren't going to come after you. And Harry's got some shark deflector thing out there.
He said this was among his most difficult endurance swims in an almost 40-year career, which has included swims near glaciers and volcanoes and among hippos, crocodiles, and polar bears.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, hippos and polar bears, I'd be way more afraid.
Yeah. Yes. More
Especially
aggressive.
hippos.
Yeah.
They kill more people than animals of any other
Except,
species, right?
Well, except for mosquitoes, I think. Something like
well,
that.
Well, that's not fair. Mosquitoes bring disease. It's not like they're...
Well, I mean,
hippo.
death is death. They still kill you.
Well, it's...
Yeah, but that's...
This guy's insane is what you're trying to say. I'm just saying, I agree with Josh.
Polar bear? You're swimming with polar bear?
That's crazy.
That is.
Yeah.
They'll, track you for, 4 days to eat you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they say if you see a polar bear and you have nowhere to hide your lunch, because they
would be able to follow the brown trail behind me.
Not a lot of food out there. But yeah, this I don't know. The whole point of this is the sharks are okay. Well, they're not if he's got this thing.
Yeah.
You remember the story we had earlier this year about the surfboard light?
Yes.
Yeah. That seems real smart.
They've invented a surfboard that has I guess it's a flashing light of some sort that they think will deter sharks.
Oh, wow. Or it will attract them. We don't know.
Yeah, it might act like an Eat at Joe's sign.
Right.
But hopefully...
Yeah.
Yes, I believe it was some guy in Australia, I guess, came up with it.
Sharks don't want to eat people. They really don't.
But on occasion they do.
You're right. But it's mostly a case of mistaken identity.
Yeah, I think you're a seal or something.
Yeah.
Well, you look like a seal.
Especially on...
sitting on a surfboard.
Well, I look like a seal just in the water. But others, they have to be on a surfboard or a wakeboard.
Don't you think if this guy had these handlers swimming next to him, or kayaking and stuff next to him, wouldn't it be really funny to install a speaker in your kayak and just out of nowhere one day start playing the Jaws theme and not say anything? One of the great movie themes of all time. I want to go see it in the theater.
That's a great movie.
Yeah, it's going to be re-released.
They're bringing it back.
I've never seen it in the theater either. It's got to be awesome.
I saw it.
It is.
I saw it in Paris.
Of course.
Oh, cool.
France, which was really funny.
Was it in French?
It was.
Or was it subtitled in French?
It was subtitled, but it was. I think it was called something like Le Mer. Wait a minute.
Yeah, it's like
Le Dente de la Mer or something.
Yes, it's like the teeth of the sea.
The teeth of the sea. Yeah. Something like that. Yeah. It was very weird.
We need a bigger boat.
And instead of beer, they're drinking wine.
If you're just joining us, hello. Thank you very much for being here. We are the Bob and Tom program, and we are coming to you from the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. Do you have anything else in the sporting section?
I do. Here's a big surprise. Japan has a new sumo grand champion, or Yokozuna. The first big news, he's Japanese. Onisato weighs 421 pounds, and he is the first Japanese competitor to reach the top rank since 2017.
Ace, wasn't there a wrestler named Yokozuna?
Yes.
The ancient Japanese sport has recently been dominated by Mongolians. Prior to Onisato, 6 of the previous 7 Yokozunas have been from Mongolia.
Well, have you ever been to one of those barbecues? I get why they're fast.
He weighs 421 pounds. By comparison, the average weight of an NFL lineman is just over 300 pounds.
Jeez, that's big.
Are these guys fit in any way?
Fat. Right.
I know this is a whole lifestyle, and they have to go to some camp, and they wear the weird jock straps.
Right. But is this an unhealthy body weight?
Yeah, I think so. And then I know
they carry a lot of fat around their belly, and that's supposed to be bad.
But they can do full squats. They go down to the ground and come back up.
That's true. They got great quads.
Yeah, they throw people. Yeah.
But it is true that when you become an apprentice, whatever it's called.
Yeah, you're scrubbing them.
You have to do you clean the backsides of the big boys.
Oh, boy.
I'm out.
That's the big boy.
I'm out.
Yeah, that's
my son
and you can imagine, by the way, the effluent of a 450-pounder.
It's got to be quite.
Next week he's going to Japan. They are going to a live sumo, and afterwards they're going out to dinner with the sumo and having hot pot. So I thought that's
so awesome.
Right?
Yeah.
That is a great.
Don't split the check.
Yeah. I hope I don't pick up the check. And
Stupid world record.
a British man who turned his unusual talent for breaking wind into a career has earned a Guinness World Record.
Finally, a good one.
Paul Oldenfield set the record for the longest career as a flatulist after performing for 35 years. Under the stage name Mr. Methane, he dons a green and purple superhero costume complete with a mask and amazes audiences with his farting skills.
I watched the video of this.
I'm sure you did.
He's on a talk show. I think it's in Sweden or something.
Probably.
I could not stop laughing. He's wearing this ridiculous superhero suit.
Yeah.
He comes out and he lies down on this table, and there's an audience, and there's a couple of distinguished guests, coat and tie.
Does he lay down face down or?
He's on his back.
Okay.
And then he throws his legs in the air, of course, and he takes a squirter thing of baby powder.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And he keeps refreshing it on his butt. And
As
it puffs and clouds.
At one point,
it's like a Bellagio fountain.
At one at a time, he blows out the candles of a cake.
Amazing.
And you just can't stop laughing. It's so funny. And then he accompanies some music.
Would you have a slice of that cake?
No. But
I wonder why he's so gassy. What makes him?
I don't know,
gassy?
but when I read this, I found there is a history of this.
Flatulism?
I'd heard about the famous French guy Le Pétomane or whatever it is, but I did a little homework and I gave it to
Mr.
Roske.
The true history of fart artists or fartist. Fart artist may sound like a modern joke, but it's a job with deep historical roots. Flatulence performance, known as flatulist or farteurs, have been documented as far back as the 12th century in Europe and even in the Edo period Japan. A few notable names: Roland the Farter, a jester for King Henry II, earned a manor and 100 acres for his annual Christmas act. 1 jump, 1 whistle, and 1 fart.
I mean, can you imagine this guy? They gave him land and a castle.
Just for farting.
One show.
Well, he had to whistle and jump also.
Yeah, but once a year? That's
but by the way, when you see this guy, if you Google this video, the fact that he adds the powder just absolutely makes it.
Right.
Yeah.
Because then it's not just Sonic. And by the way, I forgot to mention, there's a guy holding a microphone up to his butt.
Well, of course.
I was kind of wondering, do you suppose he brings his own mic? Or do they have
I would insist.
Was he in leotards in the video?
He's wearing a superhero costume.
Oh, okay. I've worked with this guy.
In Jackass,
I think we have
I was
the
on
video.
radio with this guy, yeah.
I think
Oh, no
we-
kidding.
I think so.
Do we have some of the
around a
video?
while.
Okay,
It's
wait
been
a
around
minute.
a while.
Oh, here we go. This is it. And I think it's Swedish. I don't know.
Le Methane.
And now you can see he's got his legs in the air. Now the white powder is baby powder that he puts all over his butt.
Yeah, he's
and
really...
generously. There's a lot of baby powder there.
And the panel eagerly awaiting the first blast.
And there's some poor guy with a microphone in a black suit does the countdown, and then you can when he releases it just the powder just shoots out of his ass.
They just love it.
Yeah.
He seems real happy, pleased with himself.
Oh, he wears a mask.
Yes, it's kind of a Green Lantern mask.
Yeah. Kato type.
He has a whole show.
Oh, I bet he does.
Now, if you keep reading, some of these other guys even go farther than this.
Kurafana Hanasaki Otako, or the Mist Descending Flower Blossom Man in English, entertained 17th century crowds in Tokyo.
I think it's Petomaine.
Petomaine,
yes.
Yeah, the French dude.
The Fartomaniac, real name Joseph Pio, wowed Moulin Rouge audiences in Paris with his tuxedoed act of musical anus performances.
Musical anus performances.
Yikes!
Wow.
Including shooting rectal water jets and rectal breathing. Shooting rectal.
Well, you'll hear it.
Oh, okay.
and then something called rectal breathing.
Rectal breathing.
Yeah, see, that's what I'd always heard, is that they can kind of suck air into their rectum, and then that's what they're expelling back out.
They don't need to eat a lot of cabbage.
And I guess
it might help.
But some of these guys can do like musical instrument gags.
Oh, that's great.
They make an embouchure and get a trumpet, I guess. I don't know.
I wonder if there are any ladies who do this.
Oh, I know. There are, and they're on OnlyFans, and they make hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Really?
With the powder and that kind of trick, or something different?
I don't know what their trick is.
And this is backside only?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, that one OnlyFans model was farting into mason jars.
Well, that's true.
And she sells them.
She made like $100,000 off those.
Yeah, but that's not that is an act.
Yeah, this guy's got a show.
I don't know why he's not in Vegas.
I wonder if he's ever toured the U.S.
Well, Pat worked
He
with
has.
him.
I worked with him, yeah.
What?
Was he a nice man?
At a comedy
Very nice.
club?
That same exact outfit. No, it was
He's
on
been
a radio,
around a while.
It was on a radio show.
Yeah, we've actually mentioned
same
before.
powder trick.
Did
I'm sorry, 35 years he's been doing that.
Did he say what his technique is?
He did not.
Okay.
Just came on and did what you saw just there.
Were you howling or did you hate it?
I hated it.
Yeah, you're not a fart guy.
I'm not.
No, who?
Yeah.
I mean, I pretended to, enjoy myself, but I did not like it.
Because that's hacky, not like a guitar act.
Aw.
Jeez,
Wow.
The guy's got his own thing. Come on, give him a break.
Well, if farts aren't your thing, you don't go to that guy's show. Yeah, that's for sure.
So does he do the powder for like the hearing impaired? Is that just like
No, it's just
polite?
that's why I thought that's what made me laugh so hard.
Yeah.
Because it's like a cartoon where it comes out it comes out straight, then there's this sort of atomic bomb mushroom cloud at the end. It's just ridiculous.
I remember Knoxville doing it in one of the Jackass movies to his buddy. He just poofs a cloud right.
Very, very sick.
It's so wonderful.
His name, once again, is Paul Oldfield.
Mr. Methane.
Mr. Methane, if you want to check out the video. We'll see if we can set up a link to that.
I think we need to set up a live
get him in here.
Yeah.
No.
Put him right in the middle.
I'm not
I'm going to make him fart right in your face.
I'm off that day.
See,
it has to smell, right?
I don't know.
You wonder if for
well,
like
if he's
4th
sucking
of
air in.
Like if he uses different color powder, like 4th of July, he does red, white, and blue.
Oh, that'd be wonderful.
Like kind of.
Yeah.
We have to make Is that disrespectful to our country?
No,
I don't know.
I love it.
Coming up, we have Where Not to Build Your House. We have some sad news from the world of rock and roll. We have mooses. Is that the plural of moose, or is it like deer?
Moose. I think it is like deer. But
okay, we have moose in the news. Got Harry Potter news coming up. Bears and pornography in the Amazon. And a lawsuit. So not only do they now have a porno in the Amazon, but they have lawyers. So give me some guy pulls up in a dugout canoe. Hi, I'm here from Keller & Keller. Whoa. We are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios, and this is the Bob and Tom Show.
For a complete copy of the Bob and Tom Show contest rules, go to bobandtom.com/contest-rules. Or just scroll down to the bottom of the page and see contest rules. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
I found a key kid who swings a golf club like a dream. I'd like to try to qualify him for the U.S. Amateurs.
Coming to Apple TV Plus.
What's your name?
I'm not into older guys, but I'm flattered.
A new comedy series, Stick.
I don't want to go on this trip. Your mouth's saying one thing, but those eyes are saying something else.
From the home of Ted Lasso.
This is your shot at redemption? This is your mulligan?
Owen Wilson.
This game takes and it takes. The game's finally giving me something back.
Stick.
You know Arnold Palmer?
Iced tea, lemonade, mix it.
I'm missing a nap for this.
Streaming June 4th on Apple TV Plus.
Boat. Hey, it's the Bob and Tom Show, live from the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. Christy Lee, Pat Godwin, Jess Hooker, Jeff Oskey, Ace Cosby. I'm Josh Arnold. There's Tom. Heck of a show so far. We've been studying flatulism and urination. Boy,
That's
excretory.
every day. What are you
School's out
talking
for
about?
summer.
Everything in our wheelhouse.
Well, no, but we had a legit news story in the world of sports. Distinguished race car driver, friend of the show, Connor Daly. We've known him since he was a kid. His dad is also a race car driver of some renown. I recommend Googling the upside-down F1 flyer that he did and lived through. Connor pointed out that there was a slight delay at the beginning of the Indy 500 last weekend, and the drivers are not allowed to get out of their cars. They have to sit there, and for whatever reason, he had to pee, and he just let it rip. I've got the audio right here at the banquet. Here he is.
I legitimately urinated in my race car before the race even started.
Before the race?
Even started. People asked me, like, when did you do it? I was like, we didn't even start. We sat in there for 30 minutes.
Was it because you had to go, or was it excitement?
No, I had to go really bad. It was, I don't know if it's the diabetes or I'm just getting older, but Elio should know. He's like halfway to 100. I don't know if that happens to him a lot. But,
Elio?
There you go. It happens every once in a while. You got to go.
Yeah.
So once again recommending that the Depends people try to get on his car next year. It'd be a nice story. I think it'd be a good one. Now, then we also had an interesting story about this gentleman that has now got a new Guinness World Record for his career as what does he call himself, a flatulist?
Yes, big congrats to Mr. Methane.
He's a British gentleman. Real name Paul Oldfield, but he calls himself a flatulist. 35 years performing, and we're going to link to his performance. It's quite amazing.
What record did he break? Sorry.
Being the longest lasting flatulist.
Okay,
35 years as a flatulist.
A lifetime achievement.
All right.
He wears a superhero suit, and it's quite funny.
Jess, do you rip ass in front of your family? It's just you're in the living room and your kids are in there and you just.
Oh no, not in front of my kids.
No?
No. Moms,
why?
Because moms shouldn't do that in front of their kids.
Have you ever lit one?
No, I've held a lighter. I've never lit.
Oh,
one.
really?
Yes.
So you're an accomplice.
So you would have been the cake holder in the.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Pat, you and your son must blast off every night.
No, not because my dad did, and it was very funny to him and my brothers. I grew up a different way. And Jimmy is like my dad and my brothers.
Okay, yeah.
But I am very, very no-go.
Okay. My dad used to always be like, I think somebody just stepped on a duck.
Oh, sure,
That always made me crack up.
I have never heard my husband do that. Never.
I believe that.
What about
Almost
your
4
daughters?
years.
He's very proper.
Oh, my daughters don't care. In front of me, they don't care.
Yeah.
Now, time to switch. Is that the completing
That's
our sportscast?
sports, baby.
Okay. Thanks very much.
Thanks very much.
Before we get to the more frivolity, a guy who actually was on our show and just a brilliant musician, sadly, has died. The great guitarist, songwriter, and singer Rick Derringer.
Yeah, Derringer died Monday at the age of 77. He shot to fame at 17 when his band, the McCoys, recorded what song?
Hang on, Sloopy.
Very good.
Here it is. Let me play a little bit of this. This is kind of in the Louie category.
It's killer,
It's
real sing-alongy.
And he was 17 years old. Listen to this.
And so I sing now, hang on, Sloopy, hang on.
That is a fun one.
Hang on, Sloopy, hang on.
we ever find out who Sloopy is?
Why does he have to hang on?
Yeah, I always wondered if, and I should have asked him when he was on the show, if they originally wrote "Hang On Snoopy" and had to
and got sued.
I know, no, just if they changed. I don't know. I'm sure I could probably. I'll look into it. I'm sure I can find out. But he was a great guitar player, and he played on what's that? He played on that's him on Total Eclipse of the Heart. That sappy.
Oh yeah, Bonnie Raitt.
No, Bonnie
Tyler.
Yeah. But yeah, he played with Steely Dan, and
well, his first solo hit is "Rock and Roll Hoochie Coo." We all know that.
And then, of course, the Hulk Hogan anthem, "Real American,"
and produced Weird Al Yankovic's album.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. I saw him play with a band called Edgar Winter's White Trash. One of the best shows I've ever seen. Jerry LaCroix on vocals from Rare Earth. Remember that guy? And just a tremendous band. And Edgar Winter played sax and keyboards. And but Derringer, they do a version of Rock and Roll Hoochie Coo with Johnny Winter.
Cool.
There's a great live album called Roadwork. But, Rick Derringer, terrific player. Sadly gone. I guess he had open heart surgery a couple of months ago, and apparently had some complications. But produced a bunch of stuff for Johnny Winter, and he's from Ohio. His real name is something like Zeringer, I think it is. Or maybe it's pronounced Zeringer.
Quite a talent.
But can you imagine being 17 years old in that era and coming up with a song like that?
That's awesome. I love when that happened. Like Silverchair. That kid was 16.
God, he was so young.
Yeah. I love that stuff.
I like also the Rock and Roll Hoochie Coo, kind of that nonsense. I love that sort
Sounds
of.
a little naughty.
Yeah, like Louie Lou. You're kind of like, what's going on here?
What's a Hoochie Coo?
Was the hit version the live version?
He had there was a great live version with Edgar Winter, and then Johnny Winter had a hit version, but the biggest hit was Rick Derringer's version, and that still gets a lot of airplay. Rock and Roll, and that's not him singing it. It's
isn't.
It's Dan Hartman.
Oh,
I thought it was him.
I never knew that.
I never knew that.
I think I'm almost remember Dan Hartman. Then he had Dan died very young, but he had another. He had a huge hit.
I don't know.
I don't. I'd have to look it up. But
Sometimes When We Touch.
No, that's the worst song ever released.
That is awful.
That's
Why did that pop into my
Because
head?
the guy's name is similar.
That guy's name.
Why did you guys allow that to be a hit?
We actually didn't. I protested.
The honesty is too much.
That is the worst song ever.
I can't remember anything.
You ever seen
but
a picture of
I
that guy?
No.
He's as ugly as that song is bad.
All right.
Oh, it's hideous.
Every single
What do you mean?
line
Like
is
nobody's going to touch him? Is that what you're saying?
It's hideous.
Dan Hill, that's who did that. Song.
Please. Oh no! Now you've ruined the whole obituary.
I want to hold you till I die, till we both break down and cry.
That is
Which
some
makes
bad
no
writing.
sense.
He should write for that band America.
That's fine writing.
Hall of Fame of terrible.
Faulknerian in there.
No, there's a U in there.
We have another famous person in the news today.
Alive?
Yes. America's drunk sweetheart, though, Mary Lou Retton, has been arrested. The Olympic gold medalist was charged with driving under the influence. The violation took place in Fairmount, West Virginia. The police department there arrested Ms. Retton.
I can fly, Wendy.
She was charged.
Poor thing.
May
She was
17th.
Peter Pan once, right?
Yeah. No, that was Kathy Rigby.
Well, there was like 6 of them. Sandy
really?
Duncan, Kathy Rigby, Mary Lou Retton.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Sandy
Wow.
Duncan's eye popped out.
Oh.
You never heard that?
She was charged with driving under the influence of alcohol, controlled substances, or drugs.
See,
And she was released on $1,500 personal recognizance bond. She apparently had a screw top with her.
No
Of
way.
wine, yeah.
Did you see the video?
No, I don't want to see the
Oh no, the
video.
police asked her to walk a line and then do a handspring with a and stick the landing, and that's when she fails.
Yeah.
Gotta feel bad.
She was adorable.
Yes, she was. First American to ever win an all-around gold medal at the Olympics.
Allegedly.
Horrible haircut.
But wasn't it really popular?
Yeah,
Oh,
it ruined girls' hair all over the country.
A couple of years.
Yeah,
They wait for it to grow
And
back.
who was the skater that ruined it then?
Dorothy Hamill.
Dorothy Hamill.
Oh,
Yeah.
Dorothy Hamill.
Yeah.
That's who I'm
Both
thinking
of them.
of.
Try to look more like boys, ladies. There goes the erection.
That
Okay,
was my
thanks.
senior picture.
Well,
Thank
I
you very
like
much.
that because I'm gay and afraid to admit it.
Your senior picture was a short haircut like that?
Yeah, go look. It's right in the hallway. I'll show it to you on the break.
Fair enough.
Okay, thank you very much.
She's still super cute, man.
Yeah, she is.
What is she, all of 4'9", or
Yeah.
if
She's
if
tiny.
that? Yeah.
She's actually been in here.
Mary Lou?
Yeah, she was very nice. We have a lot to get to. We managed to have gotten to pretty much nothing.
Yeah. Well,
these are the O'Reilly Auto Parts studios, and this is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, thanks for listening this morning. Got something to say? Send us an email. bobandtom@bobandtom.com.
Your snacking routine can get a little dull. Time for an Oikos remix. Like a crunchy storm of sea salt praline pretzels, dark chocolate, and butter toffee, showering down into a smooth, creamy yogurt. Enjoy 3 Oikos Remix varieties with epic mix-ins and 11 grams of complete protein per 4.5-ounce serving. See remixyogurt.com.
Hey, it's the Bob and Tom Show, live from the O'Reilly Auto Parts studios. Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts. There's Christy Lee sitting at the Silac Insurance Company news desk. Pat Godwin's over there. Hello. Jess Hooker is next to him.
Hello.
And next to her is Jeff Oskey, in for Chick McGee, who's on vacation. Pat Godwin, I sure love you. There's Ace Cosby.
It's unbelievable. Every time Josh tries to do just simple announcing stuff, you just collapse. I love it.
I'm Josh Arnold.
You're really trying hard.
There's Tom.
I can't do it either. You may have noticed I never do it. It is hard. You look around the room, you forget somebody's name.
Yeah, right.
And then we have at the desk, it's Christy. That's right.
Not Krusty, Christy.
Okay, that'll happen. It's okay. It's okay. People ask, is this show recorded?
Hey, look, when you drive for a living, your chances of getting into an accident go up.
Yeah.
If you talk for a living, your chances of misspeaking go up.
Sure.
Yeah.
And if you don't have a complete thought, but you're already talking, you're doing this. You see, you don't know where you're going to go. And then you end up like the TV show Lost. You have a good idea, and you start it, and then you realize, wait a minute, we don't know how to end this thing, and then you come up with a crappy ending. Okay, very good. Josh and I disagree about that, but...
I do like the ending, yes.
Yeah.
Although I saw a headline 2 days ago that said, I loved the Lost finale when it aired, and I recently watched it again, and I understand why everybody hated it. So I don't know why this article came out. Maybe there's an anniversary or something.
Same reason I'm talking about it.
Oh,
no. It's just so significantly awful that it becomes a touchstone in the world of awful things. Now, we have Christy Lee at the Silac Insurance News Desk. Have we missed anything?
Yes. They're a go-to breakfast for millions of kids and adults. I'm talking about...
cereal.
Thank you. Cereal might be colorful, but it's not as healthy as it used to be.
Of course not.
A new study says many popular breakfast cereals are now less nutritious than they were 10 years ago. They found researchers more sugar, fat, and salt in today's boxes. And at the same time, key nutrients like protein and fiber are going down.
Yeah, I mean, but everybody knows that stuff.
Have you seen it, what Kellogg's has done?
No.
What?
It's they've changed. It's now Snap, Crackle, and Fatso.
Oh, boy, yeah, they've really.
I got it's just me. But the thing is, when you have kids, you realize, look, you want them to eat something.
Right.
I mean, I still love cereal.
Yeah, me too.
Except I'm an adult now, and so I.
Yeah, the old man cereals. I love them.
I combine. I'm a mixer.
Me too. Grape nuts.
Every morning I do grape nuts. I'm now doing grape nuts and cornflakes.
Oh.
And
that's good
Kellogg's
choice.
cornflakes. I tried those organic cornflakes.
No good?
Well, they taste like dirt mixed with diarrhea. So I go for the Kellogg's
The
standard.
corn's still on the cob. It's very...
That's so organic.
It's awful.
Horrible.
No, but I'm a mixer.
Do you guys remember? I remember when I was growing up, Jeff, I think this was our age group. I don't know. Every cereal box claimed that cereal was part of a complete breakfast, and it would have a picture of a bowl of cereal next to eggs, bacon, pancakes, orange juice. No wonder we were all fat asses in the 80s. But I remember looking at that going, what rich lunatic has this breakfast?
Yeah.
Well, I like more butter for my pancakes.
With my bowl of cereal.
But I don't feel like it was healthy when we were growing.
No, it really
we had
wasn't.
Sugar smacks.
Yeah.
I had
yeah.
sugar
One of my
and
favorites.
smack.
Well, they And they got politically correct and changed all the names. We had Sugar Pops, Sugar Smack.
Sugar Smacks.
What are Sugar Pops called?
Cocoa
now?
Puffs were my favorite.
Cocoa Pebbles were my
They're
favorite.
just Pops.
Yeah, they just changed it to Pops.
Yeah, it's just Pops.
Those are good. I haven't had those in a long time.
So
Or Corn
good.
Pops also.
Corn Pops,
It went
yeah.
And then have you ever had the Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
That's the best.
That's the finest of it. That's the
and
cereal.
that they
Golden
found a way to
Grapes.
make sugar sweeter.
Yeah.
And then tastier.
That's the cereal of kings.
Yeah.
I went to this really fancy restaurant, that I go to sometimes.
Yes.
Yeah, we know.
And they had I believe Chick calls it. Excuse me for bothering you,
Yeah.
but you have to have at least 4 tattoos to work there.
Yes.
But it's a great place, and they had Cinnamon Toast Crunch French toast.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hello,
I know.
heaven.
Yeah.
I just found what you're serving for breakfast. It was the most delicious. Do you eat cereal?
I do eat cereal. I think that my children would associate cereal with an after-school snack. I didn't load them up on sugar and send them to school, but when they would come home from school, they could have a bowl of cereal.
Oh.
So, yeah.
If I didn't eat what my mom made, it was cereal.
Yeah.
And I would have cereal a lot.
We had a lot of cereals growing up. I know. Did you guys live in a house where you couldn't open a new new box until the last?
Yes.
I did not. No, it was a free for all. We all the boxes of cereal.
Madness.
Open. I know.
So
My dad worked a lot.
The other night, Hart, who's 9, decides to have a bowl of cereal.
Uh-huh.
So she gets out the cereal. She pulls about half the box into the bowl.
Yeah.
And then she takes out the milk, which she finishes it off. And then I'm standing right there. Then she puts it back in the refrigerator. I said, No. When the milk is done, you have to throw it away. You can't put it back in the fridge. She goes, okay. I turn around. A few minutes later, I go back. It's back in the refrigerator.
Huh.
That's the kind of respect that I get from my 9-year-old daughter. Don't you hate that, though? You go in there, you pour the cereal, and because you've seen there's obviously milk in there. You go, oh, jeez.
Yeah.
There's this much milk.
No,
or
there's none.
This or this much chips at the bottom of the bag. That makes me nuts.
But,
This may be my OCD, but I always hated when you would have the prize at the bottom and you would dig down to get the prize out, but then it would distort the side of the box, like it would never be
never go back,
rectangle
yeah.
again, basically.
Yeah.
It drove me nuts.
So, in a house with 4 boys, we had a rule, and I know you have multiple brothers as well, Jeff, but we had a rule. It was nature. You had to let the toy naturally come out into the bowl, because if one of us got it, it wasn't fair.
Sure, that
so
makes
it was,
sense.
It was the luck of the draw.
Yeah.
Do they still put toys in cereal?
I sure hope so.
I haven't seen
I
that in
haven't
a
seen
long
it.
time.
I don't buy kids cereal.
Why not?
So I don't know.
What happened to the
Choking
wacky
hazard?
wall crawler?
I'm sure Ralph Nader and his fellow communists got in on it.
I knew Nader was behind it.
Oh, yeah.
He's always been anti-cereal.
Yeah, if they were putting, little Corvairs. If only Chip were here, the only one who would get that reference.
I get that.
Little plastic Corvairs. I saw one the other day, by the way.
No way.
What, a Corvair?
Yeah, the Corvair was my sister had one, which she was in a terrible accident in.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, yeah, she was. Yeah.
No, I believe you. It's just odd to mention.
Some idiot was backing up on the freeway. The Corvair was cool, but it was a rear engine car, as I recall.
Oh, okay.
And I think isn't the book Unsafe at Any Speed written
the
about
worst
that
car.
book?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It was cool looking though.
Yeah.
Just
it
had a
wasn't
horrible
bad.
engine.
They're still around. At
Oh,
our
sure. There's
clubs and
people collect
stuff.
everything.
Oh, yeah.
I saw a Carmen Gia the other
Those
day.
are cool.
I like
always
those.
That was like a VW Bug, but put into a sports car frame. Super cool.
I saw a Fiero the other day on the side of the highway on fire.
Yeah.
And,
Are you
wow,
serious?
that's really that's still happening.
There's a collector of those right around here.
Maybe it's
There's a Fiero guy. Yeah, they're very
You know who that is? That's a relative of mine.
Wasn't the Pintos known for its thermal incidents as well?
Yes.
Yeah, there are certain things that become kind of the go-to. Yeah, that was the one. Don't ram a Pinto. But back to cereal. Pat, what was your cereal of choice?
When I was a kid?
Yeah.
That's a great question. It would have been Cocoa Pebbles probably, and then drinking the chocolate milk at the end and having 8 bowls of it.
Sure.
I was a maniac. Yeah, I love it.
We did okay. I don't see why they're all getting all uptight about cereal now.
Well, it has just gotten. It's poison.
Yeah.
I don't know.
A lot of that stuff is just.
But I think
pure...
they're acknowledging it. Have you seen the commercial? Got the bird going, "I'm cuckoo for diabetes." I think it's acknowledging.
He's having trouble flying with only one talent, isn't he?
Wasn't there a story, though, that the Kellogg guy developed the cereal to stop
Yeah.
masturbation?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Okay.
Was that the Kellogg?
Cornflakes.
Was it the Kellogg guy?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, it was
It
Kellogg.
was Kellogg cornflakes, yeah.
Well, Pat, did it work?
It did not work.
Okay.
Nothing can deter me.
I'd have a big bowl of cornflakes and then go whack it like there was no tomorrow.
Is it working for with grape nuts?
I'm actually having the Ezekiel cereal right now.
How is it?
Delicious. But I like old man cereal.
Yeah, I haven't had that. I'm going to try that.
And then and the hack premise, of course, is with grape nuts, when you're done, if you don't rinse the bowl,
Yeah.
they actually use that to apply bricks to buildings. Now.
Yeah,
I mean,
it is.
that is
Have to get a barnacle scraper
Yeah.
to clean the bowl.
well, that's how they repair the space shuttle. They have some grape nuts. They go out there and they put the tile back
I
on.
bet that's caused divorces.
What, the grape nuts?
The one, either the wife or the husband will not just a cursory rinse of the cereal bowl before you leave it in the sink.
Yeah.
I wonder what the most popular cereal is these days.
I'll look it up.
I bet Honey Nut Cheerios at one time.
That's
was a
got
good
to
one.
be
Yeah.
consistently in the top 3.
It has
That
to.
is a great cereal.
Yeah.
It
Raisin
is a great
Bran.
cereal.
I love Raisin Bran.
I think Cinnamon Toast Crunch wins.
Did you ever use Cheerios to toilet train a boy?
No, we used Tootsie Rolls, actually.
What?
Yeah.
Tootsie Rolls?
Yeah, we didn't put them in there.
I was gonna
I was going to say.
It was
That's
the
like
reward.
camouflage.
It was the reward after.
Oh, you'd give them a Tootsie Roll if they hit the bowl?
Yes,
As
yes.
opposed, you put the Cheerios in and they say,
Yeah,
aim
something to aim. Yeah,
for this.
Yeah.
Curious to pee, the other one to poop. You put some Tootsie Rolls
Right.
there.
You trained with one of the worst candies ever invented.
I know. It was a bad yeah.
But you're a Tootsie Roll fan.
I love Tootsie Rolls.
I think they are. I would rather not eat them.
I love Tootsie Pops, Tootsie Rolls. Yeah.
Honey Nut Cheerios is
Tootsie
number
Rolls,
one.
it's like just be chocolate because you're almost
But it's
there.
like taffy. It's like taffy
It's
and
chewy.
chocolate.
Yeah, so two of the worst things, not
No.
chocolate and taffy.
It's so good.
Frosted Flakes, number 2.
Oh, okay.
Love those.
They
Cinnamon
are
Toast
pretty good.
Crunch, number 3.
So in other words, the ones that are caked in sugar are the best.
Lucky Charms, number 4. You're not a fan.
Lucky Charms, I hate
I
that.
love
I don't
hate
like
those.
I don't like the squeak of the marshmallow.
That's the
love it.
worst.
It feels
Plain,
weird on the
Horrible
teeth.
mouthfeel.
I love Frosted Flakes.
Plain Cheerios, number 5.
And they're acknowledging, by the way, that the anti-masturbation campaign did not work.
Right.
You've seen the one where Tony the Tiger goes, masturbation's great.
Fruit Loops is number 6, and number 7 is a surprise, I think.
What?
Special
Muslix.
K.
What?
Special
Special
K.
K.
Oh, I'm a big fan.
Yeah, it is delicious.
I
Are
think
you?
Special K
Yeah.
got up there because of the Special K diet.
Of
That was
course.
huge.
Yeah,
when
it
we
was
were-
a
yeah.
It was like considered a diet food.
It was.
You can't pinch an inch or whatever. You remember that?
Who was that?
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
what
Yes,
I was
that
saying.
really was a saying.
And
Yes.
there was measuring tape around the
Right.
box. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a part of it. Yeah.
Now you can get it with half a Hershey's bar in it. Have you
Yeah.
seen the Special K chocolate?
Special K with
Yeah, there's little
strawberries is
cubes
good.
of
Yeah.
chocolate.
Oh, yeah. Number 8 is Raisin Bran. Number 9, Captain Crunch.
No,
I
thank
love
you.
And
Captain
number
Crunch.
10
Boy,
is
your
Cocoa
mouth.
Puffs. I love
Why not
Cocoa
just chew on a live chainsaw?
But
Yes.
the taste is just fantastic.
So good.
And then there are
Captain
pieces
Crunch, I
of
love
skin
'em.
hanging off the roof
Yeah.
of your
I
mouth.
love them.
It's worth it.
Now, do you remember I'm trying to remember what cereal had the toy. Essentially, it was a boat, and you'd put baking soda in it, and then
I
it
do
would.
remember
but
that.
then it would immediately sink.
What? A toy that you put baking
Yeah, it was
soda
supposed to
in.
make it go around.
Yeah, like go around the
Yeah,
bowl.
I forget which one that was.
Do you remember the cereal that? Boy, this joke is for no one.
I'll try my best. Go ahead.
I'm ready for it.
Whatever the reference I'm going to pick up on.
I think you will. The toy was always some sort of marital aid. The cereal was the story of O's.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
Well, if you're aware of the story of O,
I am.
It's a softcore porno movie.
Oh, really?
Marilyn
The story, yeah,
Marilyn
yeah.
It was a
Chambers.
book.
Marilyn
I read
Chambers,
the book.
right?
She was in the movie version.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't read the book? You saw the movie? I'll wait. You saw the book and you went, I'll wait for the movie.
I'm trying to think of a joke here. Wait a minute. Is there a yellow cereal?
A yellow?
Cheerios kind of is.
Or sugar
Golden
pops.
Grams.
Corn,
yeah.
yeah,
Corn Pops are yellow.
Oh yeah.
Corn Pops.
Kicks.
I am curious. Yellow Pops. No, I'm stretching it. Not even funny. I apologize. Just pathetic, really.
No, I appreciated the effort.
What's coming up?
Coming up, we have sexual activity. Does it improve your sleep? We have a tribe in the Amazon who's suing over porn. We have a guy who woke up with a really big surprise in his garden, and it wasn't a giant rabbit. And traffic jams cause an interesting phenomenon here in the United States.
Story of the guy waking up with the thing in his garden is absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
And I won't say what. It's really, really interesting.
Right.
I highly recommend it. And we also will be hearing once again from Connor Daly and see how his urination issues are going. But right now, I want to remind you that the official coffee of this show is Java House. And Java House, of course, had a entry in the Indy 500. By the way, they're affiliated with the Splenda people.
Yeah.
And if you were watching the Indy 500, that was the best, funniest commercial was that Splenda commercial. Have you seen that? Where I'm going to grow my own stevia. So funny.
Yeah, it's
just
cute.
So well done. But let's get back to our friends at Java House. By the way, did I mention it's the official coffee of the Bob and Tom Show and the official refreshments of the Bob and Tom Show? Because let's see, what have I got over here? Oh, this is the Java House tea. Of course, they're famous for their coffee and lattes and very fancy coffees and energy drinks, hydration drinks, and of course, we'd be remiss if we did not mention the hot cocoa. You could also make it cold cocoa if you wanted. How does it work? Well, let's see. Here we go. They look like this. This is a pod, and you don't have to put it in a machine or anything. You just peel the top off and pour it. This one happens to be the amazingly smooth cold brew Colombian. Cold brew, by the way, I was taught this. I did not understand that cold brew is the way it's brewed, ergo the name brew, and they take the bitterness out of the coffee in the brewing process. Mm-hmm. But you can drink it hot or cold. It's up to you. Is that? Am I over-explaining this?
You got it.
Yeah, because I didn't get it, and I'm a man of a small level of intelligence. I really never thought it through. The point is, Java House is revolutionizing coffee at the office and at home. Great for traveling, by the way. And get the details by going to javahouse.com. And by the way, if you use the code word Bob and Tom, one big long word, it'll knock 25% off your order. So find out about the revolution in beverages and coffee, Java House, Java, javahouse.com. And the promo code is Bob and Tom to get 25% off your order. So you just peel it and pour it, and you are rocking and rolling. We are rolling through stuff here in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
By the time I hit my 50s, I'd learned a few things, like how family is precious. Work can always wait. And 99% of people over 50 already have the virus that causes shingles. Not everyone at risk will develop it, but I did. The painful, blistering rash disrupted my life for weeks. Don't learn about your shingles risk the hard way. Talk to your doctor or pharmacist today. Sponsored by GSK.
Hey, it's the Bob and Tom Show, live from the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. I'm going to try to do this alphabetically really quickly, so I'm going to get it. There's Ace. Hey. And
that was easy.
Jeff, Jess, Josh, Christy, Pat, Tom.
Yay! Good job.
Yeah. I was just going over. I'm terrible with the alphabet.
He was correcting. He was making sure.
I always have to start at the beginning.
Sing the song?
Yeah.
Sing. Yeah, I'm never been able to do that.
I really was like 22 when I realized ABC and Twinkle Twinkle Little Star were the same song.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
A, B, C, D.
Twinkle,
Twinkle, twinkle. I hope that there was a lawsuit.
Oh, yeah. Well, they accused George Harrison of taking that for My Sweet Lord.
The Barney song is This Old Man.
Yeah.
Oh, Barney, everything is theft. Yep. Just terrible stuff. Speaking of songs, Patty G's here, and the summer has arrived, and Pat's got a song he's been working on for the new album.
I spent the whole weekend just getting everything together. You guys had the race. I watched the race, and I just got ready for a wonderful summer, yeah. Summer is coming, and I'm cutting the grass, filling the pool, so happy winter is past, planting flowers, digging a garden, bought some sod, put a new yard in, I'm so happy. Summer's almost here, I can almost feel that heat. Building a deck, stained the hardwood floors, gotten my new hot tub without any shorts. I'm gonna start up the grill. Charcoal's the best, but someone I know is pissed and perplexed. That's Jackie, the manager of my apartment complex. Summer's coming, and I have to find a new place. Summer's almost here. She's actually very mad. I'm not even joking.
I bet.
This doesn't give anything away, but there's a interesting program out there called The Pit, which is about a Pittsburgh emergency room.
Yes.
And are you watching it?
Quite intense, yes. Well, I'm half watching it. I watch like this.
You have to put your hands in front of your eyes.
Yeah.
It's very accurate, and I've read some reviews by physicians. They say it's quite
bloody, gory.
Oh,
well, it's bloody because they're in a surgery set.
It's
an emergency
It has one
room.
of the nastiest things I've ever seen.
Really?
Yes.
I can't.
And that's me.
And he watches horror films.
But early on, the lady?
No, that's gross, but it's another thing, yeah.
The I guess they have actual emergency room physicians as consultants that actually direct some of the scenes.
Oh, okay.
So that it's very, very accurate. But
there are a couple things I'm skeptical about.
Well, there's one thing that I think is funny. There's a guy that no longer works there, but he shows up and works there. He's like the janitor. Have you noticed that? It's
Yeah,
like a little
mopping and
side-
sweeping. And
they're trying to tell him, you don't work here anymore and you got to leave.
they just let him. Yeah, they just let him.
Kind of sweet.
It is sweet.
You know, the poor guy, this is his life, and then they kick him out. Oh.
Boy, we're so busy. We work at the busiest ER in the country. I'm going to go take 15 minutes and make sure that this kid has a decent home life. Yeah, right.
Oh, I think it's accurate.
No, not the way they...
There's a couple of breaks.
There's a
right?
couple where I'm like, they wouldn't bother taking the time.
I don't know. You
I know.
There. Okay.
I worked in an ER for 7 years.
Oh, did you?
Yes,
I used
they
to go
thought
to-
laughter was the best medicine. After his fourth fatality, they said,
lost,
maybe not.
I lost so many patients. It is a cool show, man. It really is.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And they don't have, since this is giving nothing away, each episode is an hour of the day. It's like, like 24, that show. So they don't have time for the lengthy office romance thing and all that, at least so far. And I understand the second season is going to be taking place on 4th of July weekend.
Oh, wow.
So they'll have a lot of people blowing their eyeballs off. And
half their face, their hands.
And our friend Drew Powell has an interesting role in the first season.
I'll say.
So
good show.
Yeah. Now we have Christy Lee at the Silac Insurance News Desk.
I have all my parts so far.
What?
Yeah, you do.
Blow anything off or
Wait a minute.
not in the emergency room?
You're going to really regret saying that.
I said anything.
Okay, sorry.
Scientists say you can improve your sleep quality by having sex before going to sleep.
Yeah.
No.
No, see?
I know. For
For
women, it's
For
different.
women, it's different.
For a lot of women, I should say.
Yeah, I 100% when they wrote the proposal to do this study, this was a guy.
According to the new study, both partnered sex and solo pleasure reduced the amount of time people spent awake during the night and improved overall sleep efficiency.
Oh, okay. So they're not saying it's going to put you to sleep right away.
Okay.
Like it does with guys in a way.
Right.
The guys, I am wide awake.
Right.
When I lay
But
there-
you'll sleep better
They
that
say
night.
that's an evolutionary advantage.
Oh, really?
So yeah,
So
something
that they're making babies in there or something?
Yeah, something about then the guy's not going to wake up in a primitive man and start,
Banging on me again?
or killing you or something.
That's really interesting.
that it's apparently, I really have no idea. I forgot what the essence of this was, though, that
that's
it's
interesting.
important for the species to have the guy, once he's planted the seed, kind of leave the scene for a while.
Participants in this study spent an average of 7 extra minutes of sleep during the night following sexual activity. 7? They also reported feeling more motivated and ready for the day.
Now, wait a minute. Before
Following
you criticize,
partnered
when you woke up this morning, how much money would you have given for just 7 more great hours of sleep? And the answer is a lot.
7 more great hours. This says 7 minutes.
It is minutes. I meant a minute. I mean, I'd love to get another even 10 minutes.
I had
of
a
sleep.
horrible night's sleep last night, so this isn't a good 8 hours.
Maybe you didn't give it up last night. No wonder.
I didn't.
See, there you go.
See,
That'll teach you, Andy. You listening?
This stands by my wake up and have sex first thing in the morning. That you don't need a cup of coffee.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I'd rather have the extra 7 minutes.
I'd rather bang it out and have a cup of coffee
At the same time.
I'm just saying the guy that proposed this we're going to investigate whether or not having sex, it makes you better sleep. This is the same guy that said, by the way, we found out that anal, much better for your health, ladies.
Oh, my God.
Jesus.
They're starting to look into his work.
I'm just saying, somewhat skeptical, but
he's been widely discredited by many in his field.
No, I would agree with it. Like, I mean, there's a reason the term jacknap is a term. Like,
But isn't it
definitely for a guy, like you can.
But isn't it
fall
like
out
your hormones
immediate.
like just drop? You like your testosterone takes days to recover after you guys have sex and stuff like that?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't
Yeah,
know
I
who
think
you're
that's true.
married to.
Like the chemically, like the testosterone level really is affected. That
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Do you guys remember there was a craze going on in Hollywood maybe 15, 20 years ago called injaculation?
No.
Where this was something that would, like, nowadays would be on Goop, Gwyneth Paltrow's website for that kind of thing.
in other words, completely fallacious and stupid.
Yes, but doctors were like, this isn't really a thing, but you would press on a certain area of the man during that key moment,
Right?
and it wouldn't come out. It would kind of stay in and go back in.
What?
Yes.
Is that true?
Yes. And people swore by it because they weren't losing precious testosterone and fluid. And doctors went, no, that's not really.
Yeah, talk to a urologist about that, among others.
Right.
Well, now
You're still expending it. It's just going into your body and being
absorbed.
3%.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, now edging is a big thing.
Yes.
Are you aware of edging, Tom?
I'm sorry. I'm
Just when he edges into somebody else's lane.
Yeah,
It's a painting.
basically what edging is you
Careful.
get the person very close and then you stop, and then you get them very close and you stop.
But isn't that what sex is?
Well, I mean, for my girlfriend, I've been edging her for 12 years.
any day now.
Oh, yeah. She is really going to explode one of these days. Just.
Okay, this says, by the way, I did a little bit of research. The after the arrival of the male, prolactin, oxytocin, and serotonin, which promote relaxation and drowsiness, reduces energy use, and conserves resources for future mating and survival needs.
Okay,
that sounds very scientific. I'm not exactly sure what it means.
So it's not testosterone, my bad.
Oh, and also the man will wander less, and he'll be around because he's taking a quick
he's
nap.
tired.
Yeah.
He'll wander less?
It
Is
will-
that what you
Yes,
said?
that's what it says.
Cavemen. He's talking about cavemen.
It'll boost reproductive success.
He's not going to be wandering around in the yard, picking up sticks.
Grog,
doing
you
stuff.
need to wander less.
Yes.
Hello, once again, if you're just joining us, this is the Bob and Tom program coming to you from the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. Happy to be here. And we're going to return to the Silac Insurance News Desk with Christy Lee.
An indigenous tribe in the Amazon is suing the New York Times, saying a 2024 article portrayed its people as porn addicts. The Marubo tribe of Brazil's Javari Valley filed a defamation suit claiming the Times piece on satellite internet access suggested the tribe couldn't handle basic exposure to the web, focusing on claims that its youth were addicted to porn.
It did. We did the story.
The tribe is seeking at least $180 million from each defendant, which includes TMZ and Yahoo.
Now, by the way, what I take out of the story is not only do they have the internet, that they've got plaintiffs' attorneys.
And what would they do with $180 million?
Maybe move into town.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Get
There's
Wi-Fi.
I can get a car.
The suit says both outlets sensationalized the Times story and damaged the tribe's reputation. Though the original Times piece mentioned porn just once, TMZ ran a story headlined, Elon Musk's Starlink hookup leaves a remote tribe addicted to porn. A Times spokesperson told the AP that the article was sensitive and nuanced, and it was a look at technology in a remote village, and said the paper will vigorously defend against the lawsuit.
It doesn't sound like they did anything wrong.
No,
Maybe
it doesn't sound like the New York Times did anything wrong. It's the other two that
In the tribe's,
sensationalized
in the
it.
tribe's defense, when they went to X Hamster, they thought it was a recipe site. They were just looking to spice up their meals.
Yeah.
I do remember in, I guess it was the Steve Jobs biography, they took versions of iPads to indigenous people somewhere, and they were trying to see how user-friendly they were. And with pretty much no introduction, they figured it out immediately. You hand an iPad to a 2-year-old, and pretty soon they're
they're
flying
on it.
through it. So they're so well designed. But yeah, the question is, how soon do they find the porn?
Well, they're also designed to be addictive.
Yeah.
A lot of that stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
Damn it, Instagram.
Yeah, there's certainly that's part of the whole thing. Is
wild.
Once you pick it up, you don't want to ever put it down.
Doesn't this tribe want to be left alone?
Yeah.
Who's speaking on their behalf?
Their attorney.
You think this is a case of just an attorney going, hey, like talking them into
Oh,
actually?
like I said, you got some guy pulls up in a dugout canoe. Hey, don't shoot. Put the arrows down. I'm not sure if you're familiar with this, but
have you been injured in a spear fishing accident?
And I'm with you. I mean, what would they do with that kind of money?
They wouldn't know what to do with it.
No.
They'd find a way.
They'd be like the nouveau riche. Just
you pull in and there's a hut built out of $100 bills, like a money igloo. But we had this story not too long ago about the guy that remember this island off India or something, and no one's allowed to go there.
Yes.
And some idiot tried to canoe onto it or something.
Because there is a tribe there that is so remote. That,
but you're not allowed to go there.
And remember, they killed the one guy that went
one
there.
Guy insisted on.
Yeah. I'll land and turn them into Christians. That's what you get. Nope.
It's like that scene in, the Monty Python movie where the guy's getting cut into pieces.
Yeah.
And they, no. Okay, we're done now. No, keeps coming back at him.
I'll bite your legs off.
Slicing off his legs, yeah. What's coming up, Christy Lee?
Coming up, we still have traffic jams in the news in an interesting way. We have a guy who woke up to a very interesting item in his garden.
An octopus?
No, it wasn't an octopus in his garden, but
bigger.
That's a good guess. Yeah, it's bigger. Yeah.
More dangerous. But now.
Have you ever had a car hit your house? We'll talk about that coming up because it's happened 5 times to this couple.
Yeah, there's a place right around the corner from here where.
Yeah, the boulders are in their yard. I've seen that.
Yeah, yeah. And they've got a big blinking sign, and somebody still. You notice someone still hit it. Yep. There's a gigantic blinking light.
You got to move.
A huge fence with the day glow things on it. Some idiot still hit it. But we'll get to that coming up. Right now, the Bob and Tom Show, sponsored by BetterHelp. BetterHelp is all about accessing therapy, counseling, if you will. And it's all done online, so it's a lot easier with respect to your time and your privacy. See what I'm talking about by visiting BetterHelp.com/BT show. Now, it's about, I want to say this is the month of May, of course, and this is Mental Health Awareness Month. And part of this is taking the stigma away from therapy. And BetterHelp, like I said, is about accessing therapy. And it's been around for about 10 years. They now have some 35,000 plus therapists with a lot of different specialties, by the way, working the program. And lots of clients, actually millions of clients worldwide. So see what I'm talking about by visiting BetterHelp.com. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/BT show. And again, the /BT show part will knock 10% off your first month. BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy platform. You'll join a session with a therapist, and they find the therapist for you based on a questionnaire that you fill out. You can switch therapists anytime. No additional fees are involved. And the therapy, once again, done online, so it can be done like a Zoom call with a camera going, or it can be done just by talking like you're on a phone call, or even just texting back and forth. It's BetterHelp.com/BT show. And again, it's BetterHelp, HELP.com/BT show. And you can do it wherever you want to be, because you don't have to go across town to sit in an office. You can do it online. So check it out, find out all the information, and don't let the stigma of doing a little bit of self-examination be coming at you. It's an important thing for you to do, and this is all about removing the stigma of therapy and counseling. BetterHelp.com/BT show. Coming up, we have a car crashing into a house, and we also have Harry Potter news today. We're in the O'Reilly Auto Parts studios, and this is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, thanks for listening to the Bob and Tom Show this morning. Get a look at today's show on our YouTube channel.
Custom window treatments are a small upgrade that have a big impact. No better time to shop than now at Blinds.com's Memorial Day Mega Sale. Blinds.com invented a better way to shop for window treatments, completely online with upfront pricing, no showroom markups, no salespeople in your home. Choose from classic shutters to outdoor shades and more, all backed by our 100% satisfaction guarantee. Shop Blinds.com's Memorial Day Mega Sale now. Save up to 50% site-wide, plus a free measure. Rules and restrictions may apply.
Hey, it's the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee, Pat Godwin, Jess Hooker, Jeff Oskey.
Yes.
All here. There's Ace Cosby. I'm Josh Arnold, and there's Tom.
Yes, sir. Happy to be here.
Oh, yes.
Like this organ. It's very nice. This is I was searching for something else, and I stumbled on this.
You like this organ?
Very nice. Very nice.
Hey, put that away.
Oh, sorry. One good stumble upon it.
You
need to shut up?
You were no. You were living in South Korea for quite some time. This is kind of interesting. South Korea has introduced women-only parking spaces, which are longer and wider.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
I wonder what
mean
that's
Pat
about.
Godwin?
Yeah, that should be for me.
No joke.
I'm
that
not.
makes
It
me
said
so mad.
Seoul, South Korea has created special women-only parking spots to make the South Korean capital more female-friendly.
I thought all Asians were bad drivers.
We like to reinforce stereotypes. Apparently, they're suggesting only the female Asians are terrible drivers.
No, is it that, or is it a comfort thing? What's going on here?
The city is spending
Unloading the cars?
With babies and stuff.
The city is spending $100 million on initiatives, including the new parking spaces. They are dubbed, it translates into the she spots.
I wonder what this is about.
Well, if you're pregnant or have babies, and
that makes
you need
sense.
to get,
But
like
they're marked
strollers out.
they're marked with bright pink outlines and the skirted female logo.
Yeah,
that you occasionally see on bathroom doors here in the States.
Okay.
One Twitter user wrote, "Really? What century is this?"
Well, yeah. I love when people comment. I guarantee that Twitter has never been there, knows nothing about any of the culture.
Also, they're putting 7,000 new female-only toilets around the city.
Well, that's good because there are a ton of unisex. I used a bathroom in Korea. I was at the urinal, and girls were coming in and using the stall.
Oh, really?
Yes.
A lot of chuckling.
There was giggling. Yes.
I saw this the other day. Did they have this when you lived there? It was like they were at a mall and they had an escalator and they had steps and they had a little sign on the floor, and one was a skinny person pointing towards the steps, and then they had a big fat outline pointing to the escalator.
I never did see that. No.
I mean, one would think that the fat guy would just assume.
Yeah,
wait a
right.
minute, my option here.
But
you
it
really
was
have
like they
to
were trying
tell
to
them?
shame people to use the stairs.
Like I saw things like there was a senior citizen section of a train station, and it had the Korean writing, and then underneath it had the English translation, and they didn't say, senior citizen or aged.
Right.
It said old and infirm. Like it just flat out.
Right.
I mean, but the word fat over there has like no negative connotations.
Okay.
You were just fat.
Just the size.
Yeah. It was just that kind of
Just a
that kind of
descriptor,
thing.
yeah.
It was like having blue eyes versus brown eyes. There wasn't a pejorative.
Not really.
Were people as heavy as they are here?
Dude, Koreans are big. Yes.
Are they
They're
really?
taller. Yeah. They're I would say of the Asian ethnicities, they're the biggest.
Okay.
But were
Probably
they-
because history has been so awful to them that they had to
beef up?
evolve into yeah. 'Cause-
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, so look for the pink parking places. Yeah, and
I wonder what that's about.
Who knows? Do you like it when you pull into a parking lot and there are a series of signs? I understand the handicapped. Now they go to
the
the
pregnant
lady.
Absolutely.
whatever,
Yes. Do
yeah.
it. Do it.
Okay.
I think there should be parking for if you have a little kid. Why not get them right in the front of the store?
There are at some places where it'll say if you have 2 or more children, you can
Oh,
park here.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
At the grocery store.
Yeah, that's
If
great.
you don't have any kids, you could get a ventriloquist dummy, put it in there. So you can no, officer, I'm leaving my kid in the car.
Yeah.
I know he looks kind of like Jerry Mahoney. I know. Let's check in with the Silac Insurance News Desk. There's Christy Lee.
When Johan Hellberg wished for a waterfront view, he didn't expect the view to include a 443-foot cargo ship. Hellberg awoke last Thursday to find the huge ship, the NCL Sultan, had run aground in his garden at his home near Trottenheim, missing his house by just 16 feet.
I would have shipped my pants.
Shipped. That was what he said.
That's what I said.
Authorities say the ship's second mate fell asleep on duty and now faces negligent navigation charges. To refloat the vessel, crews had to remove 1,300 tons of cargo. Tugboats and a high tide also helped. The ship was eventually towed to the port of Orkanger.
It's pretty funny.
Norway.
This guy's garden, there's a gigantic boat.
I thought it was photoshopped. I didn't know that was a real story. I saw the picture.
It's like in Close
It looks
Encounters when the
crazy.
ship just
Yes.
is in the desert.
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy wakes up, looks out, he goes, man, I must have gotten drunk and ordered too much stuff on Amazon. look at that thing. His tomatoes may be delayed this year.
Yeah.
Because it's in his garden.
Yeah.
Just a few feet from his house.
Ooh. A Denver
What's
family.
that song? Wait a minute. Let me think. Hold on a second. A potential joke here. The tide is high, and so is the crew. They're drinking rum, coming after you. Okay, sorry.
A Denver family says it's time to move after 5 cars have crashed into their home in just 16 months. The Stoll family told 9 News 3 of the crashes actually hit the house. Now, they've lived there for 27 years, but now they're putting the place up for sale. Dave Stoll says the latest crash involved teens speeding over 70 miles an hour. Yeah, their car flew through a set of protective boulders and slammed into the house. The family blames a long, troubled intersection in the neighborhood for their plight.
Those troubled intersections.
I know.
It's mostly because they don't have fathers.
Yeah. I have a question.
Yes.
So let's say you're this guy, Christy. You're a realtor on the side.
Bad
Would you
timing.
go to the press and say, hey, yeah, we're selling our house because cars keep hitting it?
No, that's awful.
Well, now who's going to...
Nobody's going to buy that. You need to sit on it for a while and let people forget.
Yeah. And I'm sure it's at one of those... Well, there's one right near here. There's a T intersection.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a long, long, long street, and then it T's, and people aren't expecting it.
Oh.
And someone got killed last year hitting it. The people finally put up boulders after their house got hit so many times. And now there was there's a giant gate in front of it with big day glow stripes. You see it, right?
Yeah. They prefer to be Italian.
Sorry.
We don't use terms like that anymore.
Did I mispronounce it? Day glow stripes. But someone's rammed into the sign. Yeah, there's a guy out front. Hey, watch out! They got a flashing light, but people, drunks, I'm sure.
I was reading about this family, and apparently they will not allow Kool-Aid anywhere near the house.
Oh, yeah, they hate it. They already have problems with the walls being knocked out.
We have, we have coming up a little bit of a sexy time with Allie Breen.
Jeff, do you have Kool-Aid Man insurance? It's an extra $50 a month. You got to
get that addendum.
Oh, you got to get it. Yeah.
What's the phrase? What's the phrase that he uses?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, watch out,
dude. My house.
We are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Add to or continue the conversation. Check out the Bob and Tom Show on Facebook. Get the link at bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Just around the corner.
Hello, it's the Bob and Tom Show, live from the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studio. Christy Lee is at the Silac Insurance Company news desk.
Hello.
Pat Godwin across the way with the guitar and the keyboard.
Hey.
Jessica Alsman has joined us.
Hey, Josh.
There's Jeff Oskey sitting in Chick's chair for a while he enjoys Aruba.
That's right.
Ace Cosby at the ones and twos. I'm Josh Arnold, and there's Tom.
Jeffrey, you're not a beach guy, are you?
What do you mean?
Do you enjoy the beach? Some, not really.
I know you're a lake house guy.
Yeah.
You got the boats and stuff. But
Yeah.
And your dad's building a boat, which is, I think, so cool.
Yeah, it's almost done.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Sailboat?
Yep.
Oh,
We're out
nice.
sailing on it this summer.
Awesome. Well, that'll be great.
Yeah.
But you're not a beach guy.
Not really.
Have you ever been to a nude beach?
No.
I don't see you as a
that's not my
nudie
thing.
guy.
No.
Have you ever done a nudie thing, like gone to a resort or did stand-up at the Nudie
You're a stand-up
Resort.
comedian. You ever done stand-up, Mr. Godwin? You've done the stand-up comedy for the Nudie Group?
Yeah, Nudie Group, group on a ship, a cruise ship, yeah. And I worked in Hedonism 2 in Jamaica. I got the whole week for free if I did one show, and they were nude, the whole left side. There's a nude side and a prude side.
Oh, is there really?
Food is much better on the nude side, but you get yelled at if you keep your shorts on, which I did.
Oh.
The nude side and the prude side.
Yeah.
You got to have food for the nudes and
Hedonism
prudes.
2 in Jamaica.
Now, when you do the show, is it for the nude side? Or
They were closed at that particular show. That was in their theater, yeah.
So which side did you stay on? You stayed on the prude side?
I went over to the nude side, but I kept my shorts on and I got yelled at.
Makes sense. It's the nude side.
Yeah, you got to be nude.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you get nude?
Well, I didn't get nude. These mics are on.
Oh, okay.
And my girlfriend at the time, she did. So let's just leave it at that.
Okay.
All right.
Really?
Gotcha.
That had to make you feel awkward.
It did, to be honest with you. Yeah, it was pretty crazy. That's a crazy place.
I could never be naked in front of people.
Did you do a special song for them?
No, I kept it pretty simple.
You didn't take one of your songs and just shake it up a little bit?
No, that was a pretty wild place. We walked
Really?
into the lobby, and they were having a, how do I put this politely, eat dessert like ice cream off a female contest.
Oh,
With
okay.
Whipped cream and ice
Oh,
cream.
really?
It was actually extraordinary.
Well,
it was very sexual.
That's the name, hedonism.
Yeah, no, it's a crazy, crazy place.
Wow.
Huh.
Yeah, that banana split has a whole different meaning.
Yes, yeah.
And we were
A
checking
hold the
in.
nuts does too.
Yeah.
We were checking in,
And there's
that was
obviously no cherry. that thing's way back in the rearview mirror.
I remember flying to somewhere, and the people on my flight were going there. There
Yeah.
were two couples.
Yeah.
And you could tell that the two couples, I think, were going so they could, like, swing me.
There was a big swinging aspect
because
to
they were
hedonism,
all,
too,
it was,
You
it
take
was
my
really
wife, I'll take
bizarre.
yours.
Yeah.
Bizarre?
Let's share wives.
Were they like holding
Yeah.
pineapples or something too? Or
No, it was pretty blatant there. I mean, I think half of that place did that.
yeah,
And they had what's called a toga night, which I think was Wednesday or something, where you would dress in just the sheets from your room, and it was, you put them all.
Yeah.
But you walked into this place. I didn't do the sheets. Neither did my.
That had to be really awkward for some ladies. Oh, is that a Japanese flag?
Oh, there we go.
You picked the wrong time to come.
and by the end, like an hour into the party, everybody there's no sheets on anybody. Crazy.
Wow.
I could never do that.
Very
Okay.
popular place.
Well,
Yeah, I
let's-
know it's
let-
popular. I've
Let's
heard of
move
it.
forward here. That's Christy Lee talking, and she happens to be speaking from the Silac Insurance News Desk. What have we missed?
A new study out there says bumper-to-bumper traffic may be driving Americans straight to fast food. Researchers tracked daily visits to 20,000 restaurants in L.A. County and compared them with traffic data from 2,500 highway monitors. When traffic slowed, drive-through visits sped up, adding up to 1.2 million extra stops a year. And the biggest jump, this makes a lot of sense, during afternoon rush hour. Meanwhile, grocery store trips dropped as congestion worsened.
So, in other words, as you sit there stuck in traffic, your decision to cook dinner tonight
Yep.
out the window.
Right. I want it, and I want it now. Yeah.
yeah. But if I know it's going to be a stressful drive, I want something to munch on. I think to kind of distract me. I think when I get anxious, I eat. So if I'm eating fries, I don't care as much.
Well,
about
maybe-
the
Yeah, I
stop
at least
and
want a
go.
drink. I
Yeah.
want
Something.
a nice stiff drink. I mean,
Yeah, there's not much in this life that some French fries and a McDonald's cone aren't going to cure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll get rid of road rage.
well, that's also in and out country.
Yeah, it is.
So that's hard
Instead
to
of making dinner, I'm going to get a burger.
Yeah.
And Del Taco, tacos and fries.
But is it fair to do a traffic study in L.A.?
No.
Oh,
They always have traffic.
just nonstop.
Right.
I see. Okay.
Canadian authorities say a pair of teens who collided with a moose are now facing charges after drugs and a firearm were found in their car. Anishinaabeg police said they were called to the crash scene on a highway in Walbridge Township after noticing a strong odor of fresh burnt cannabis emanating from the vehicle. Officers conducted a search and found 250 grams of suspected fentanyl, 33 grams of cannabis, as well as a handgun with an extended magazine.
Good Lord.
The two 16-year-old boys face multiple drug and firearm-related charges. I don't know how the Moose is doing. There's nothing here that says it did it.
I think, the Moose is a narc. If you've ever seen Dudley Do Right, I think there's a positive spin to this that you're missing.
What?
At least these kids just weren't on their phones.
Yeah.
They're out there.
They're out there slinging fentanyl.
Yeah. Sure, they're going to kill a few people, but they got that going. No, I just, wow. What have they yet or have they come up with a marijuana detecting test that would detect what's the word I'm looking for? Impairment.
Oh, like a breathalyzer.
Yeah.
Is there a level at which
I don't believe so.
Is there a level at which you're too stoned to drive?
Well, yeah, I mean there is.
But I mean, is that measurable?
They don't have a way yet, and that's the problem. In like they have to take a blood test, and marijuana stays in your system for weeks, so they can't tell if you smoked that 2 days ago or 2 minutes ago. And
could
that's
they
the
show
problem.
you a picture of a band and say, "Is this the Dead Wither without Jerry Garcia?"
Yeah,
and if you
right,
if you
they
get
lay
it.
out a trail of Doritos, and if you start following it, they know you're high.
Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry, it's back to Christy Lee.
A Kentucky family was shocked to find a black bear sitting on their stove after it crashed through their ceiling.
Having a bad day?
No. Kentucky Fish and Wildlife Law Enforcement said a game warden responded to the scene. And with help from a Bell County Sheriff's deputy, they were able to run the bear out through an open door.
Here, boy.
Officials determined that the animal had climbed up an outside ladder, squeezed through an opening into the attic, only to fall through the ceiling and into the kitchen.
So when you're up in an attic, you've got to walk on the joists.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, bear didn't know that.
Yeah,
the
know that.
bear probably walking on the drywall fell right through.
Photos shared by the agency show the little black bear curled up on top of a white stove.
I'm just heating my porridge. This stove is just right. Oh, that's so sweet. That'd be a great call to the insurance company.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, bear.
A bear fell through my ceiling. Sure it did, buddy. What are you drinking?
Prove that.
Well, how did it get into your house? It climbed a ladder. Did it?
Yes.
I mean, I absolutely believe it could.
Was this place under construction or?
Yeah, why?
Well,
or were they
maybe
just
they were washing
dirtbags and leave
windows.
their ladders out?
Maybe they were washing windows and forgot to put the ladder away.
Maybe they were putting a new roof on or something.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Teenage kid sneaks out.
Yeah, needs
Maybe
a
at
ladder.
night.
Did you ever do that?
I didn't have
kidding?
to. There was no one around for me. I just lied and said I would stay the night somewhere else, and then we'd go out. Like staying at a friend's house. We never did.
The joys of having neglectful parents.
Like, we trust you.
What's it called? Latchkey kids.
Yeah, I was one.
Well.
Me too.
Well.
You never had to sneak out, did you, Tommy? Because you never did anything wrong.
That's correct.
I'm guessing you were a bad boy.
Not at all. I did have a terrifying experience, though.
What?
I had a paper route, as you know.
Right.
And it was in the morning, so I'd get up super early, which would lead to this job. And one day, I actually remember the name of the people. I probably shouldn't say it. I was delivering the papers, and it's dark. It's whatever, 6 a.m. And I dropped the paper off at this one particular house where there was a young lady in my class at school, noted for her ample bosom, by the way. Remember when you thought bosoms was plural?
Yes, of course.
I think. Anyways, but anyways, she was a twin, by the way.
Okay.
And her twin brother was kind of a friend of mine.
Known for his huge.
Yeah.
I never asked him. So anyway, they had what I forget what the word is.
Jugs.
No. That thing outside the window that's like it's made of wood.
A lattice thing? A trellis?
Kind of a trellis gizmo thing. And anyway, I delivered the paper and I was exiting toward the driveway, and this kid jumped off the thing onto the sidewalk. He had gone over there, snuck into her house.
Played with those boobs and then was leaving?
Yeah, but it scared the hell out of me.
Yeah.
Because, who's expecting that?
Right.
And then when I recognize him, oh, hey, Tom. Oh, hi. How are Cheryl's boobs? Very awkward.
Here, smell my palm. It's not really how it works, Tom.
I actually remember her name. Debbie.
Debbie Yabo.
I thought you said her name was Cheryl.
No, it was Debbie.
Oh.
I just remembered. I was trying to remember her brother's name, then I realized the last name. Okay. But yeah, that scared the hell out of me.
I bet.
But he had the balls to sneak into the parents were there.
Yeah.
People do that all the time.
It's awesome.
You just lived in a little fairy tale world.
How come when you're in high school you can do things like that, but when you're a 47-year-old man,
Sneak into one
my
house.
neighbors call me a creep?
Yeah. First of all, if I jumped off that trellis, there'd be a chalk outline where I landed. I've been working on my knees for 2 years trying to get them back, but they're not going to stand for
If
that.
I did that, my knees would shoot from my legs like they'd been slap-shotted.
I should find out whatever happened to her and him. Right now, I want to remind you about Simply Safe. Chick McGee brought this to our attention a long time ago. He came in one day and said, "You're not going to believe this. I put a security system in my house. Took me an hour." He did it himself, and we've been talking about Simply Safe ever since. We have it right here. You can see it in the hallways. You can see it outside, and we can see what's going on in and out of this building. We trust Simply Safe, and it's called Simply Safe because it's so easy to install, and it's not incredibly complicated once you get it in. That's the beauty of Simply Safe. With Simply Safe, millions of Americans now are enjoying this, let's just call it the new standard in home security. It'll give you some peace of mind. They also have, among other things, Active Guard outdoor protection, something relatively new in the Simply Safe system that can prevent break-ins before they happen. And it's good to know that most break-ins take place actually during the day. And one of the beauties of Simply Safe is you can have the cameras on your house if you happen to be working somewhere else. They have AI-powered cameras backed by live professional monitoring as another option. No long-term contracts, no cancellation fees. Monitoring plans start at just $1 a day. They've got a 60-day satisfaction guaranteed aspect to this program. See what I'm talking about by going to simplysafetom.com. And you can right now claim a staggering 50% off a new system with a professional monitoring plan and get your first month for free. If you don't want to install it yourself, they're happy to hook you up with someone to do it. That's simplysafetom.com. There's no safe like Simply Safe. Coming up, we explore the realm of contemporary dating life and human sexuality with a show we call Sexy Time with Allie Breen. These are the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, it's the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee, Pat Godwin, Jessica Alsman, all here, as is Jeff Oskey and Ace Cosby. I'm Josh Arnold. There's Tom Griswold.
Those are good, Josh. Maybe we could tape that one, use it forever.
I would like that.
Welcome back to the program. And by the program, I mean the show. And I'm stalling here. Are we ready to go?
We're
Okay,
ready
very
to go.
good, very good. We're going to hook it up. There she is. It's Allie Breen and at an unknown location. Are you at the TV station?
I'm not. No, now I'm in Florida. I have the same nondescript interrogation room background, I guess.
Where are you in Florida?
Ocala. Doing
that's-
Airbnb stuff.
Nice. That wall looks great behind you, Allie. Great paint job.
Now, are you
Thank you. Yeah, exactly.
are you fixing up a house to make it an Airbnb again?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, it's taking a little more work than I expected, but it's fun. I need to start posting some DIY stuff because I know I'm learning a lot of weird tricks.
You could take your shirt off.
OnlyFans. Thank
Yeah.
you. We're on the same page, Tom.
Do a combination.
If you did like semi-nude DIY house
Yes.
painting, you'd get some people on your OnlyFans account
there you
very
go.
quickly.
Maybe you could do a DIY JOI.
That's actually a pretty good idea. One of the subscribers said that I should do one and call myself Boobs Villa, whatever.
Boobzilla?
Exactly.
Bob Vila.
Like Bob Vila.
Yeah.
Yeah, Boobzilla implies large boobs.
Yeah, it sounds like Boobzilla.
Yeah, he might be like Boobzillette or something.
Exactly.
Allie can be found ALLIB in the world of OnlyFans, and she can be found on social media platforms ALLIB Breen. I point this out because that's how you send letters to her. Then she reads them to us, and we do our best to try to help you with your love troubles.
I don't know if it's our best, but
we'll see. Let's get to our letter and see how we do.
Oh, we'll do great. Dear Allie, my husband's ex-girlfriend lost her job and he was sending her some money to help out. Well, it's been over a year and he's still helping support her. I got pretty upset with him saying that he's actually showing her he still cares and showing me that as well. And he said she just has no one and that he's being nice. Am I the one being an a-hole here?
No. He's enabling her.
Yes.
Get a job.
Yeah.
It's not your responsibility anymore. You married this other woman. Leave her alone.
What's he getting out of it?
That's a good question.
Nothing. I think he's just being nice.
No.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
But he obviously still cares.
No, that's a woman's perspective, which is always insane. He does.
Coming from the single guy.
Once again, signed H.J. Uber. You don't think there's any quim pro quo, if you will?
I think he is probably just being nice.
For a year?
A year?
Okay, I don't think he's just being nice.
You think
that's my opinion?
Well, I think we've all learned that opinions can be wrong, primarily.
Yes.
Primarily yours.
But also, who has no one? I mean, like, there has to be some other way of getting some help after a year. That's...
Now, see, Josh, if
She
this
could
were
get
you,
a job. That would hurt. That would start.
she's
Josh,
got no one
you
to
could
hold her
step
back.
in and manage her OnlyFans account.
Oh, maybe she doesn't want to do that.
Well, then maybe it's time to hit the streets and start. Allie, to go back to our original concept of you doing this thing, did you ever remember toward the end, Farrah Fawcett was doing this stuff where she'd roll around and paint, and then she would roll across canvases and sell them?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Wait, funny. Vaguely. Did she do that for like Playboy or she was just doing that on
No,
her own?
she was selling them.
Yeah, she was.
You could, as part of your DIY series, you could do body imprints on the wall.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Oh, definitely. There's plenty of wall space and plenty of paint. There might be that happening this week.
Yeah, the cleanup would be a little weird.
You just kind of have to roll over and paint over it.
It'd be hard to paint the wall. I mean, it'd be hard to sell her wall.
Yeah,
exactly. I was going to say, that's hard to monetize.
You painting your wall with your butt would be amazing.
And I think you're missing my point. Is you do an imprint an imprint of your body on a wall that you're going to repaint later,
and then show it.
And by the way, you want to go with latex. It's going to be really the cleanup of the naughty areas with an oil-based paint is going to be nasty.
How much did Farrah Fawcett sell her paintings for? I wonder.
But I'm just saying, in your case, you're not selling the wall; you're selling the act of you doing it on OnlyFans.
Okay.
Yes, the actual
and there'd be
activity.
The actual flesh exposure would be limited because you're going to be covered in paint. You see what I'm saying?
Well, that's the thing. Totally, because there's actually naked people in Times Square that are just painted all the time, and it really doesn't look like they're naked.
And they do it at Key West.
So you essentially pour paint on the naughty parts, walk up to the wall, make the imprint, and then, hey, listen, I only want 20% of this. Who's in?
But you could get a drop cloth and just roll around in it in a video and then sell it to said person as well.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
That would be a lot hotter than just pushing your boobs up against a wall.
Oh, no, that boobs are good, too.
I didn't think it was that hot until you just said it like that.
How else are you going to get those corners, Allie? You got to do the cut in with a boob. It's going to be easier.
That's how to do it. Okay. I actually just want to try dipping myself in paint and rolling around and seeing if it comes out like a good painting.
I think it'd be fun.
Maybe I should hang those in the Airbnb without telling people what they are.
That's fun.
I think you could get some serious cash out of it.
I'm kind of ashamed that I used to paint, and multiple times, like, a woman would come over and be like, "Oh, I like your painting." I'd be like, "We should do a painting of you." And but I did like abstract. I'd be like, "Oh, we'll paint your body and press it against the canvas." 5 different women allowed me to do that.
Pretty awesome.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, it was really awesome.
Wow.
And then they took their painting when they left.
Are you serious?
Yeah, one of the girls I know, she still has it above like her couch, and no one knows it's her because it's all abstract looking, but it's her butt and her boobs like pressed against the canvas.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I think, Allie, it would work because you wouldn't.
I think so too.
There'd be a minimum of exposure technically because you got paint on it.
Yeah. It's very abstract.
Jeff's story sounds like what people put on Craigslist when they're like, come over for a casting call. And then all of a sudden they're like, it's actually you pressing your boobs against your canvas.
I can't believe it worked.
I can't.
I can't
5
either.
times it worked. Good
I know.
for you.
Yeah.
Now I need to try that. The
Good
paintings
line.
came out cool looking? Like it
Yeah,
did. It does
they
look
came out very
interesting.
abstract, and you'd kind of smear part of it and lay part of it. And,
Did it lead to sex or just having to like wash brushes?
well, once. The other time, one of the times it was 2 friends who did it.
Yeah.
And there was unfortunately
So,
nothing.
see, that's
that
the
came
this is
from
how you
that.
can just finally see your friends naked.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it was, I didn't know them. The 2 girls were friends who came over, and they both
That
wanted
doesn't
a
matter.
painting.
Naked friends.
Yeah.
Let's all enjoy.
Oh, we were this close to a threesome.
Yeah.
Hello again.
Yeah, look at that.
If you're just
Can you
joining us,
make
if you're just joining us, hello again. This is the Bob and Tom program coming to you from the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. We are speaking with Allie Breen, comedian. The show is called Sexy Time, and Allie is in Florida currently putting together an Airbnb. Is your sister involved in this?
No, not this one. This one is just me.
Really? Is
That
your
would make
sense.
boyfriend involved?
Nope, all me. Yeah, everyone. It's a lot of work, so everyone else is
doing
stepping
it.
back, and
Okay,
I'm
good, great.
diving in.
No
exactly.
problem. Keep the profit for yourself.
I'm
One
telling
more
you.
question about the painting. I wonder if you could actually make, like, if the girl has big enough boobs, if you could make them like mountains and then do like butt lakes and do like a whole.
there
You know,
scene?
I think that just go abstract. All you have to do is put the paint on your body, roll on the paint, roll across the thing, and it's a short movie. But that's it. That's what they want to see.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're
All
being
right, there we
too
go.
creative.
You could become Jackson Pubic, I believe, would be depending on the nature of the brush.
Sure, yeah,
maybe
yeah.
maybe more like finger painting down there. I don't know. I think we've established a corner that I've just painted myself into. The only way out of this is to go. Allie Breen is our guest. Why don't you read us our first letter? See what I
Here we go.
second
It's our
letter.
second. Actually.
Oh, I see what you're
Dear
saying. Yeah.
Allie.
See what I did there?
Yeah.
I was watching the P. Diddy coverage with my husband, and I was saying how crazy it was. That he liked to see his girlfriend have sex with other people. My husband said, I'd be surprised that a lot of guys are into that, including him. And we kind of both started talking about it as a fantasy in our sex life. But then all of a sudden I started thinking that he doesn't really care about me that much, if he wouldn't be jealous. And now it's actually turned into a fight when he tries to bring it up. I don't like that he'd like watching me with somebody else, and now I can't get over it. Am I right or wrong on this?
Oh,
Wow.
I think he does care about you. It's just his fetish.
It's a fantasy.
Sounds to me like, it sounds to me like he really wants to do
You
this.
brought it up, bitch.
I'm sure.
You started this.
That's the best.
She did.
I know. She totally did. What does she expect?
Oh, this girl is not helping a woman's cause of not looking crazy. This isn't helping.
We think too much.
Man.
Just don't. You know what? Go do it. Go find some hot guy and have your boyfriend watch. Just enjoy
But
it.
then-
Actually, Jess
He
is
doesn't-
totally right.
He doesn't
That
really
would solve
want
it.
that.
Maybe
Yeah.
he does. Who knows? Whatever.
Yeah, I'm kind
And
of.
she's like, yeah, George at work is pretty. Let me bring him home.
Yeah. And then if he gets mad, then he's the crazy one. See, there you go. Aw.
Don't know until you try, right?
Absolutely.
Man.
Yeah.
Boy, just setting traps.
That was a huge stress.
The best part was it wasn't even intentional. She was
Exactly.
into it and then actually got.
She didn't even know it was a trap.
Yep.
So you think that's what we do? We sit around trying to make traps for
I
you.
think things turn into traps.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
What does Diddy call it again?
Freak
freak
off.
off?
Freak
A
off.
freak off. Okay. Allegedly, by the way.
Yeah.
Has anybody used baby oil like that before?
Oh, like poolfuls of baby oil?
I have
No,
never.
that
I've
just sounds.
never.
Wouldn't that get your mattress all greasy?
Wouldn't it be awful?
Yeah. I think they said he always had to pay like thousands of dollars in damages every time they used a hotel room. It's
I mean,
insane.
you want some friction, right?
Yeah.
Slide right off.
Otherwise, you just keep sliding by.
Yeah.
each other. How does that
It's like
Like two seals.
like a slip and slide.
slide,
I need a handle, for God's sake. What am I doing way down here? Allie Breen is our guest. Allie's a very fine stand-up comedian, and she's also got a DIY series. Allie, you've got to do this.
I definitely will.
The
'cause I
paint
love
thing,
it.
it will
two
absolutely
fun
work.
things combined.
Where do you get
It's
giant?
perfect.
Where do you get giant sheets of paper?
I can get giant canvases at any art supply.
Just get a drop cloth.
Yeah.
Like they're all
Michael's.
canvas anyway.
Yeah, but I think if it's paper,
that's a good point.
If it's a drop cloth, how do you hang that up? I mean, if,
Well, you wrap it
hang it,
around
wrap it on
the
a frame.
stretcher.
Yeah.
You can go to Michael's and
Oh, yeah,
just
you can just get a
gigantic
sheet, kind of,
canvases
exactly.
cheaper.
Yeah, bed
Cheaply.
sheet. Then they can lay with you after they
Ooh.
purchase your sheet.
but I think the trick to this is you put the paint on and you just roll once, or it's just going to get.
Oh, is that it? Otherwise,
think
it's
so.
too
Unless
much.
you do multiple colors, yeah.
But I mean, you otherwise.
Right.
But then you kind of have sort of an imprint of what's going on.
Right.
But it'd be worth experimenting. Yeah, you can Google the Farrah Fawcett thing. She did a whole bunch of them, and it kind of got.
I
funny.
will. I totally forgot about that.
Now, there's a much worse technique, and this is you're going to think I'm making this up, but I am not. You can also search this. There was a guy who did enema painting.
Yeah. What?
Oh.
Keith Beaudry.
Oh,
Never
that's a real
forget his
Jackson
name.
Pollock from another. That's
Yes.
horrible.
No, it's true, and he would put different colors in, and then
Who would buy them?
who knows? But he would. What's the word I'm looking for? Excrete them, if you will, onto the canvas.
That is horrific.
Yeah, no, it's true. And but he had to use, as I recall, he had a special paint that wasn't going to poison him.
Oh, yeah, that could be dangerous.
It was
That's a good
rectum
point.
friendly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Imagine asking that question at the paint store.
yeah.
Imagine trying to pick up the funnel so you can load it up.
Imagine him having to sit on that machine and get shaken.
That was probably the best part.
right.
Yeah, I liked that.
Okay, yes, that's another thing you can search. Yeah, Keith Beaudry. Once again, the show is Sexy Time. We have time for one more letter. Allie Breen, what do we got?
Dear Allie, my girlfriend got in a car accident and her ex has been texting her to see how she's been doing. I saw this and I got mad because how did he even know she was in the car accident unless they were in touch beforehand and she said he found out through a friend and I was overreacting. I'm suspicious either way. What do you guys think?
You're an untrusting idiot.
You're a jerk.
You're a lunatic.
So
Josh had to hesitate because he already used all of his bitch allowances.
I love that Josh,
during this break.
You can just see Josh getting angrier and angrier throughout this whole segment. It's great. It's a real progression.
This does seem a little milder than the other one. So her ex is in an accident and someone says something to him. So he says, hey, get better soon or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, when someone's in an accident, it gets around. Like you tell one friend, they tell someone.
Sure.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I think they have a history. Look, it's fine. You're fine, man. She's with you.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So are we going to end on a pleasant note like that?
Yes.
You want to go with one more? Or you think we're good?
Let's go with one more, see what we can ruin. Go ahead. What have you got?
Okay. My wife, dear Allie, my wife is a stay-at-home mom, and she just started going to night school 2 nights a week while I'm home with the kids.
I'm against it.
At first, she'd come home right after class, and lately the nights are getting later and later.
Yeah,
and she
that's
said
right.
sometimes the students need to work together on a project, and they'll just go out to a diner.
Yeah.
I'm suspicious that it's probably one person and not the whole class. How do I check up on this?
Boy, as somebody who took night classes, this happens.
Yeah.
You really, hey, let's all
Okay.
go grab a drink or a burger or a coffee and talk about the project we have to do.
Yeah, she's not
But
going to
are
leave
there
you.
also hookups?
Absolutely. I think Jeff may have a good point here, too.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, I was just going to say, she's not going to leave you until after she gets her degree.
Right.
Like, that's why she's at school,
Right.
is so she can better herself to get away from
When you have a good when you have a good babysitter, you stick with them.
Yeah.
She's not going to ruin that.
Well, on that note, we'll leave that hanging. Thank you very much, Allie. You can reach Allie, ALLIBREEN, on your various social media platforms, and ALLIB on OnlyFans. You've got to try this, Allie.
I will. I'll
Do
see
your
if I-
homework.
exactly.
Do your Farrah Fawcett homework. And,
I will be doing that.
Get back to us. Are you back in New York for
Perfect.
the weekend?
I am. I'm going to be at the comic strip on Saturday, Sunday night.
Okay. Well, everyone go see her if you happen to be in the city. Thank you very much, Allie.
Yes.
Bye, Allie.
Thanks, guys.
We got a love letter here.
We sure do regarding Raycon earbuds. Matt says, I love my Raycons. Tonight I listened to David Bowie's Space Oddity.
Oh, it's a good one.
I've loved that for some decades. I've literally never heard it the way I did with my earbuds. It's an engineering masterpiece. Holy moly. Nothing that doesn't sound better when I have them in my ears with Raycon. I'm Matt from Cincinnati, and I approve this message, he says.
Thank you very much, Matt. Raycon earbuds, we've been talking about them for a few years. They're terrific. They're about half the price of the little tiny white ones that keep falling out of your ears. They've got a 32-hour battery life, multi-point connectivity that lets you pair two devices at once. The main thing is they fit in your ear and they stay in your ear because they have adjustable, what are those called, Christy?
Gel tips.
Gel tips, thank you very much. They've got these gooey things that you put on them and then they won't go away from your ears. Am I making it clear?
Yeah.
Raycon's quick charge function, by the way, if you're in a rush, just 10 minutes of charging, you'll have 90 minutes of battery. But once again, a full 32 hours when you give it a proper charge. They have active noise cancellation. And as you heard from our letter from Matt from Cincinnati, terrific audio, great sound. Raycon even has a 30-day happiness guarantee return policy. No questions asked. By the way, check out the entire Raycon catalog by going to buyraycon.com/Tom. Right now, up to 15% off site-wide. That means all the stuff, including the over-the-head earphones, headphones, et cetera, are on sale if you use the phrase buyraycon.com/Tom. That's buyraycon.com/Tom. Everybody loves those Raycon earbuds. You will, too. We are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts studios. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Just got to get a hold of us? Call, text, or email. Get all the contact information you need at bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Come on.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee, Pat Godwin, Jessica Alsman, Jeff Oskey, Ace Cosby. I'm Josh Arnold. There's Tom. Having a great day.
Indeed. Yeah, we certainly are. I just thought of something. I don't know how we didn't think of this earlier.
What?
We were talking with Allie Breen, and she's in Ocala, Florida.
Horse country.
And she is putting together an Airbnb. I guess she's got some kind of a condo that she's purchasing that she's going to turn into an Airbnb. And she was painting.
Right.
And we suggested that she cover herself in paint, roll on canvases, and sell them because she has a OnlyFans thing.
Uh-huh.
And then how did I not think of this? Christy.
What?
See, this is something you could do. And
what?
I'll help
Absolutely.
you.
Wait a minute. There's no actual nudity involved. You're just, you're taking your naked body and you're, thank you for the support, Ace.
Right.
There's the laugh right
No
there.
nudity.
Thanks.
Yeah, Ace, if you're going to support me, turn the mic on, please.
body.
You take your naked body, you pour paint on it in various spots.
Right.
Now, for example, I'm just trying to think of this. You could be standing there. Obviously, you want to stand in a drop cloth. You got a nice big piece of paper laid out, like 6 feet by 10 feet.
Where's the insult coming?
No, there's no insult coming. you pour, say, red paint on one of your boobs, and then maybe help me here, Joshua.
Blue on the other.
Blue on the other, whatever
3D.
works. And then something else in another area.
You could
Maybe
put
your
petite
feet. And then
feet.
you could dip your feet, and then you could walk across it with your feet, then roll across it just the one time. I'm telling you, there's a market for this.
You really could just do your feet on an 8 by 11 and a half, 8.5 by 11.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And sell them?
Oh, yeah.
I think you want to get the large, like Guernica style,
Like the size of the
15
TV?
feet by 10 feet.
Right. Those murals
That's really
almost.
big.
Yeah. And head to toe, your bangs would be making a little impression, depending on other areas. I'm telling you, there's a market for this.
There would be no wispies.
There's a market for you to do it.
Yeah.
That's sad.
Why? Why is it sad for one and not the
Who
other?
wants my bum imprint?
Who wants mine?
Oh, you'd be surprised.
Don't sell yourself short there, Tommy. There are
Yeah.
a lot of ladies and a few fellas who would.
You guys could do a combo together.
Would
oh my
you?
gosh.
Oh,
People lose
yeah.
their mind. Christy and Tom.
Well, why don't we just
violation.
do the whole show on one canvas?
No, that'd be too muddy. You
Yeah.
see, you're forgetting.
Well, you let the
brown.
first layer dry, and then you bring the next
No, you're missing
Blue
the point.
lace down
It's
the
often the areas where there isn't paint is where the art is. And there's also a Rorschach test aspect to this.
Yeah.
The Rorschach
Of
thing where you
course.
make what do they call them, ink blots?
Yep.
I had this thing I tried to run by a psychologist friend of mine called Rorschach tampons. I was laughed out of the office.
As you should have been.
Thought it was a terrific idea.
Pads, maybe.
Oh, no, they all have different shapes sometimes.
No, you take them up and you put them on the canvas and pound them.
Come
on.
That is that's quite a sickness, really. A lot of mental health work now required. Well, before we go, I wanted to review the sad news about Rick Derringer because he deserves to be remembered by everybody. And Christy, you've got the story.
Yeah, Rick Derringer, guitarist and singer, passed away Monday at the age of 77. He shot to fame at the ripe old age of 17 with his band, the McCoys, and they recorded a song called Hang On Sloopy.
Now, Halsey, do you remember this tune? I'm going to play a little bit of it for you.
And so I say now, hang on, Sloopy, hang on.
That's kind of an oldie. He was 17, but then this next one.
His first solo hit, Rock and Roll Hoochie Coo.
Oh, yeah.
Johnny Winter had kind of a hit with this also. And I think this is Dan Hartman singing, actually. Great song.
Were the Jokers a real band?
Who knows? I'm surprised he had time to write all this with all the gunsmithing he would do.
No, that's a different Derringer.
Oh,
Yeah, I think his real name is like Zeringer or something, and he's from somewhere in I think Central Ohio. But yeah, terrific guy.
He won a Grammy for producing Weird Al's albums. So
yeah, he was in the studio with us and was a really nice guy. And he also played guitar on that dreadful song "Total Eclipse of the Heart."
It's a wonderful song.
I agree.
I like that
Me
song
too.
So good.
And you're a wrestling fan, right?
Yeah.
He did Real American, the Hulk
Oh,
Hogan.
wonderful.
Yeah.
And Steely Dan.
Yeah, and just a
Katie Lloyd, Gaucho.
Yeah, his resume is amazing, but
also none of the good Steely Dan.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, sorry. He apparently had heart surgery and then had some complications. So yeah, hate to see him. And he was with Edgar Winter's White Trash and Edgar Winter, the Frankenstein. I think that might be. He's playing on a bunch of Edgar Winter and Johnny Winter stuff. So anyway, so long. Sorry to see you go, Rick Derringer. Now, I should point out that we're going, just briefly.
Yes.
These are the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios, and this is the Bob and Tom Show.
Thanks for listening to the Bob and Tom Show, sponsored in part by Java House, the official coffee and refreshments of the Bob and Tom Show.
Former MLB All-Star Sean Casey, a.k.a. The Mayor, keeps hitting it out of the park.
Take my 30 years of experience. Take the wisdom and knowledge I've learned from the failures when I got sent down my rookie year, all the injuries I had to overcome. Your mind is the most important tool you have in life. Be relentless. Keep charging. It matters how you talk to yourself, how you look at the world. That matters. We talk about that. I don't know. I'm fired up. Baseball's back, and it's going to be incredible. I love it.
The Mayor's Office with Sean Casey from Believe.
Follow and listen on your favorite platform.